workers. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Here we go on a Friday edition of The Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that. As we do every single day, we do have a big program for you today. We'll get you caught up on what's happening out in the world. Deb will do that around 3:20 with Woke News. 3:45, we'll do Sink or Sail. Our buddy Jack, Embers only, turning you on to a nice cigar for this week. 4 o'clock hour, Primetime Kitchen with our buddy Fiaz Carr from the Orlando Weekly. 5 o'clock hour, it is just trivia, our final pair of tickets to see the Doobie Brothers. 6 o'clock hour, we have Ross Thoughts and Last Call. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deb Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead, producer Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
Comedy alien Ross Padgett.
My wife Olivia's 10 weeks pregnant.
Oh, my God. Wait, is that real?
Is that for real?
Is that real?
He's only looking at Jimmy. He will not meet anyone else's eyes.
10 weeks pregnant. I knew it. I'm checking the pool.
I found out, and you guys just found out, along with all of our listeners.
Congratulations.
Is that true?
That is 100% true.
Congratulations.
I almost told you I was going to dominate this opening segment, but then I figured, let's blitzkrieg the big dog. I found out Christmas night, and I've known since Christmas.
Congratulations, Ross.
And that is why I bought a car, and that is why when I walked in from Christmas break, the very first thing you said to me, Jim, was, "You look older." That is also why I got into making bread. That is also...
And I've been teasing you that you're pregnant.
The entire time.
Well, we've been teasing them they're pregnant for a couple of years now.
I know, but his eyes twinkled this last couple, but I thought, well, maybe they're just thinking about it, or...
I was off yesterday because I did take my mom to places for her to check out, which is also another reason why she is moving to Florida. I also waited until yesterday's appointment with the hospital to see a heartbeat, and I did. And I figured that the very next day, I would tell you guys here on this opening segment.
I don't know what to say.
I'm going to cry.
Ross is, and I think it's wonderful.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That is awesome.
Yay.
That is so awesome. You are going to be such a good dad.
Yeah.
Holy
We're
balls.
having a baby!
Holy
We're having a
balls.
baby.
Holy balls, dude.
Well, they work.
That is incredible.
I know it's not the best to make people speechless on a talk show.
Oh,
Wow.
I mean, but this is the best way to do it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Unbelievable, dude.
So we'll start the news segment a little
Wow.
earlier.
Wow.
That's great news. Let's move on to Biden. Wow.
Were you guys, I mean, was this a surprise?
Unbelievable.
This was not a surprise. We tried once.
You tried one time.
One time.
You had one time where you were unprotected.
No. It's been unprotected the entire time.
Oh, I see.
But there's one time.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, you don't need to go into it. I get the math there, but my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm so slow on the uptake.
I can't stop thinking.
Wow, unbelievable. So during this checkup, are you guys doing the surprise gender thing, or what are you doing?
No, we will be finding out the gender, I believe, in about 2 weeks.
How is she doing?
She sleeps about 19 hours a day.
Wow. Is that because she's drunk? Or
No, it's because she is
wiped out?
growing
Another human being.
a human being.
Is she cool with us naming the baby?
Because unfortunately, your job depends on it. Wow. Unbelievable.
so-
I looked at Deb today. This has been an odd day. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I looked at Deb right before I came on the air. And this, when you look, man, theoretically, there's a bunch of stuff to talk about. Theoretically, you look out there in the world, there's everything to talk about.
Oh, whatever.
But in reality, I looked over at Deb right before we came on the air and I was like, I got nothing to talk about today. And then I get this bomb dropped in my face. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Who else knows other than all of Orlando now? Who else knew beforehand?
My closest friends.
Yeah.
Honestly, I kept going back and forth on how I wanted to tell you guys. But I also know that we spend more time with each other on air than off.
Right.
And I think we might be a little bit more familiar with ourselves.
Unbelievable.
Every time that light turns red and says that we're live, then maybe sometimes then we're off air.
Right.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Uh,
When is she due?
September 6th.
I cannot get over that. Boy, let's hope she's on time.
Yeah, I know.
You don't want a 5 day. You don't want a 5 day delay there.
I don't want a 5 day delay.
Yeah, because anyone with September 11th for a birthday, man, that person they are screwed.
Must be an awful, hideous human being.
Yeah, they're the worst.
With ape-like features, and
So how did you react?
Is a 9. My bad, Ceiling.
Ceiling's back there doing production work, and he hear what we're saying.
Yeah.
I saw him turn his face when we said the birthday thing. He's like, wait a minute. Hello.
I think that's me.
Hold on 1 second now.
I have a
He
little
only
boy.
has 9 more months of being the newest dad on the station.
Buddy, listen.
That's also why, Ceiling, I subtly, passively, I asked, what's the male break for? What is it? The pregnancy?
Yeah.
2 weeks, not a day more.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Found that out. It's been wild.
Wow.
What was it like when you found out when she?
My first initial thing was so I got the test. It was, supposed to be 2 lines. It says pregnant, pink.
No, that's COVID, buddy.
Yeah. So
Jim knows.
So I go ahead.
Wrong swab.
The very first test that she took, that she gave me, was so faint that my initial reaction was,
Can't really tell.
it's not telling me pregnant.
False positive kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah. And then the second thought that I had was, I know my wife, she would not give me this
If she didn't think.
I should just know what the situation is. And
Unbelievable.
Respond accordingly.
Unbelievable.
she took a test Christmas morning. She then told me Christmas night.
God almighty. What
Merry
a gift.
Christmas, honey.
Oh, that's awesome.
What a gift.
Verbatim. Merry Christmas.
Wow.
And now, can you imagine what Ross is going to be like next Christmas? Last year, his wife gave him a baby. What in the world is he going to possibly get her?
Wow.
Yeah, he's always stressing about what he's
Wow.
getting.
Yeah.
You're always going to lose, but
Oh, wow.
that's so incredible.
This is so exciting.
It had to have been very difficult to hold that in.
Yeah.
It had to have been, because if I had news of that nature, just based on the relationship we have here on the show between each other, I can't imagine that wasn't very difficult to hold on to.
Especially just here, because there's just too many emotions.
Yeah.
I can't really stress this enough, and every time I even think about it, the big day was yesterday. Finding out that she was pregnant was big.
Right. Hearing your baby's heartbeat.
Seeing a child move.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That
is crazy.
That's a first.
Good moves?
I'll send you a clip right now. There's a little clip of this little nub thing waving.
Wow.
And,
unbelievable.
Oh, so it's a boy.
It's did I drop a he? My bad. No,
you
the
said
nub
nub
thing.
thing.
Oh, okay. No,
Right.
Jack.
Talented already.
Well, yeah.
Jack,
Even in utero.
Be progressive. You don't know.
Yeah. That was the out of the two big. There's been a ton of moments of telling people. I told my mom yesterday.
Oh, how did she react?
She dropped a George Bush quote. She looked at me and said, "Mission accomplished."
Oh, my God almighty.
I love it. Did she then punch you in the arm?
Oh, my God almighty.
Did she dead arm you?
Mission accomplished, dead arm.
Yeah.
And then says, I didn't think you had it in you, boy.
No,
Smacked him on the ass. Got
check.
boy.
the first thing that left her mouth was that I'm going to be a grandma.
Wow,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And then soon after that, about a minute later, she said, "Mission accomplished."
Wow.
I
Wow.
was like, "Of course, I love you so much."
She has never left the Mission Impossible movie.
Now, how are we supposed to do a show now?
I know.
Well, we'll see you guys Monday.
Yeah.
No.
No, I mean Tuesday.
I mean, you'll know what Ross thoughts. I mean,
Wow.
I'm jelly.
I bet.
From yesterday, I'm a waterbed. I'm surprised that I even have any tears right now to even telling you guys or even to get emotional again, because yesterday was just.
Did you cry when you were at the ultrasound?
I cried at the blank screen because I knew. I knew that was
That's
the screen.
Right.
From the movies, and then you see, the baseball diamond looking scope thing.
Yeah.
And it's exactly, and I'm in the room, and I immediately think that's a little too much gel, but whatever. All right.
It's a copious amount of jelly.
Yeah, it's a lot of gel.
A lot of jelly.
Whatevs. And then yesterday was, Game 7, it was just a huge moment of seeing
it made
that
it real.
that there's something there.
God, that is. I am.
Is this taking you guys back to your years of when you found out that you were pregnant the first time?
I think everything you see here is sympathy for him. No, yeah, when you find that out, like as a dad, I mean, the number one thing I worried about is like, at that time, I'm not married to her anymore, but I was just wondering how she was doing. How are you doing? And then of course we can celebrate together. Is she fine? She holding it together? I mean,
we kind of have the same deal. I keep asking Olivia, I say, how are you up here and how are you everywhere else? It's a two-part question whenever I ask, how are you?
Yeah.
Because there's definitely been, of course, I've been on the internet researching, like, why does she not like me right now?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
Oh, yeah,
all right,
buddy.
that's okay.
Oh,
It's
that's
temporary.
normal.
Yeah, and just, but there's been
when you
very-
say
temporary.
I gotta correct that. There's been very little times of that. She's been destroying it. All she really does, though, is just sleep on a dog schedule.
Sure,
She's
yeah.
like, we are in the teens of sleeping right now.
yeah.
So,
Wow.
Unreal.
yeah. I'm
Unreal. Where do I go from here?
yeah.
Somebody also just said that they are 8 weeks pregnant. Somebody listening is listeners also right there in the same bed with you.
Let's start a group text, man. 'cause I already got apps telling me that I'm a good lumberjack and working all the time. That's like I have my own dad apps.
This is when you're
throughout
gonna
this journey.
Right. This is when you're really going to kind of find out what real radio is all about, because we've lived 30 years on the air with this, with this thing, and now people are like, I feel like I have a kid coming, and that's what you're going to have from a lot of listeners. They're going to ask you a bunch of questions about how it's going. I mean, they're going to be really involved because they care.
And that's also, and I apologize for also telling you live on air, but
no, it's great.
It's because of the listeners is why I did that, because this is a different dimension. If you're listening to this right now, you're in a club.
Yeah.
it is.
And we're in that club with you, and we're taking every day by day, experiencing the highs and lows, whether it be good news that is breaking or bad news that is breaking. This is definitely, we're an island here.
Yeah.
And I love knowing how close together we all are as soon as that microphone goes live.
Oh yeah, we have. I mean, we have real deal conversations in these rooms. We have real deal about a real deal life stuff. We don't,
I have evidence of that now because I just told my work that I'm going to be a dad at the same time as everyone else finding out.
Christmas is going to be a hoot.
Oh my
for you
goodness.
this year, big
I'm
dog.
already in
Thanksgiving
debt.
is going to be a hoot.
Yeah. That's
This
also
year.
why I bought the car, because there's no way I'm putting my firstborn kid and Hep A centric.
Right. I mean, it's borderline. You put your wife in there. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah. Maybe that's how she got pregnant.
All right. Is it yours?
Yeah, we'll find out.
All right. 407-916-1041. Deb, you got some news?
Yeah, I guess if we're going to have to. But yeah, we're going to talk about President Biden lashing out at a special counsel report. Closer to home, a Florida bill would end property taxes. What? And the amount bet on this year's Super Bowl is projected to be the largest ever. We'll talk over those numbers and more coming up next during Woke News. Congratulations, Ross.
No joke, man.
Yeah, I love you guys.
Unbelievable.
We love you.
Unbelievable, buddy. All right,
Let's
407.
go on this journey together.
Enjoy your I-441. Text us at 77031. By the way, I just got a message. Management needs to talk to you real quick.
Oh, all right. That's awesome.
All right, back in a sec with Deb's news.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for slowdowns on Florida's Turnpike northbound and southbound between exit 244 and Osceola Parkway. Traffic is slowing down on I-4 before US 27 and approaching the bend. You can expect a bit of congestion on State Road 429 approaching Florida's Turnpike's Ramp Junction. If you see any traffic troubles, please call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
Hey, man, if you ask anyone who's experienced LASIK, they're going to tell you it's just the best thing I ever did. And more often than not, they'll add, should have done it way earlier. That's exactly what my father-in-law said when he got it at 58 years old. He said, I should have done this 10 years ago. Well, what are you waiting for if you deal with eye issues? The Filatowski Eye Institute is offering free LASIK consultations. That's right. All you have to do is text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. And if you're worried about if they have enough experience for you, they do. They have performed over 65,000 LASIK procedures. They use the latest state-of-the-art technology. And if financing is a current concern, do not worry about that either. They have 24-month interest-free financing available for you now. Just text 1041 to 868686 and schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins now.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Here's how to avoid a top mistake in divorce. Text messages and social media posts can wind up in front of a judge. Act accordingly. Don't post like a fool. Divorce? Trenley Kramer Law. TK Law. OneFirmForLife.com.
Hi, my name's Tim Forehand. I'm a deputy sheriff. In my job, keeping in shape is important. I've tried other products to get my weight down, but nothing has worked like Android 400. In just 3 months, I've dropped 51 pounds, down from 230 to 179. Plus, the weight's come off in the stomach area. I've gone from a snug 36-inch waist to a 32-inch waist, which I was in high school. I highly recommend the Android 400 to all my friends.
Guys, are you frustrated because no matter how hard you try, it seems impossible to lose stubborn belly fat? Then discover why thousands of men each month rely on Andro 400. Lose belly fat, gain energy and confidence, and feel great about yourself. Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, postnasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Doctors take Field of Greens for their own health. Here's Dr. Ryan Green to explain.
We're like you, too much fast food, not enough exercise. That's why I take Field of Greens. The fruits and vegetables in Field of Greens support my heart, lungs, kidneys, and metabolism for weight loss. And Field of Greens promises your doctor will notice your improved health or your money back.
Get 15% off with promo code RADIO at fieldofgreens.com. That's promo code RADIO at fieldofgreens.com.
Product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paul Anka.
And I'm Skip Bronson.
What happens when two old friends take their decades of experience in the business and sit down with our buddies?
You get Our Way, a brand new show from iHeart Podcast where we chop it up with our pals about everything under the sun.
Hear amazing guests like Jason Bateman, Michael Bublé, Mark Burnett, and many more as they sit down with Paul and Skip.
This is our podcast, and we're going to do it our way.
Listen to Our Way on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
For all your windows and doors, go to FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Congratulations, Russ. You can put the socks away. But, Jimmy, holy balls? That means his baby's an angel or something, right? Whatever.
Can't wait.
Anyway, happy for Russ.
Yay!
Yeah, no joke, man. That's exactly how I want to sound in about 5 hours.
They say it takes a village, but in 2024 and in Ross's world, it takes a radio station.
Yeah, right.
It does. Yeah.
That village is like 500,000 people.
Yeah,
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 3 o'clock keyword is credit. Ross is going to need it. CREDIT. Get over to realradio.fm and send it away for that chance at $1,000. Credit, guys, is your 3 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win for sure. Welcome back. I am Jim. Jack and Ross right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time.
I'm floored still. I just cannot get over it.
News.
I cannot
Seems
get
like
over
kind of a misuse of the whole world. On the Jim Colbert Show.
Can I just do like 3 really fun stories?
Yeah,
then
really,
we just go back to
exactly.
Ross talking about
Right.
like when they're going to go crib shopping
Right,
and
and
what room is the baby going to sleep
We can
in?
have an at-length discussion about the mucus plug.
Oh, no! Let
mucus
him.
plug.
No, let him find that out on his own.
Yeah.
Let him find
that be
out.
a surprise.
And I got you, Deb, right now. Neutral green, shed out back.
For a second, I wasn't quite sure what he was talking about.
I didn't know exactly.
So we do have to do the news?
Yes.
All right. President Biden is forcefully defending himself against claims he suffers from memory loss. The president last night slammed the special counsel's report on his handling of classified documents, which characterized Biden as a, quote, elderly man, well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory, end quote. Biden accused the report's authors of, quote, extraneous commentary, end quote, about his age and mental capacity. He also rejected the suggestion in the report he had trouble remembering when his son Beau died. The report concluded no charges should be brought against Biden because for his handling of classified documents, because in part a jury would find him sympathetic. But as you can imagine, in the last 12 to 24 hours, it has sparked a furious debate over whether he's fit to be president. Several Republicans have put forth the 25th Amendment.
The February surprise. What a bomb. I mean, hey, I know he took these documents willingly, and I guess some of the documents had some stuff to do with him, personal correspondence between he and Barack Obama, and he kept them because I don't think the contents are probably very glowing. But of all the things, he does this, and the worst thing to come out of it is like, hey, we're not going to do anything because the jury will think he's a bumbling old idiot who doesn't know what he's doing. And
vote for me.
There you go. Yeah, vote for me.
And
God
then
almighty.
he did himself no favors at
Right.
last night's press conference
None.
while he's defending his memory, but then calls the president of Mexico the president
Right.
of Egypt, and it was...
What a disaster.
It really...
What a disaster.
Someone get Gavin Newsom on the line.
Yeah, trust me. I will give you a not so conspiracy theory. I mean, could you see a scenario where we can't have him just bow out because that looks weak for the party?
Yeah.
Just live stream a Sudoku.
Yeah, right.
And clear up all of our
Right,
fears.
there you go. All right.
Closer to home, Florida lawmakers are considering a bill designed to eliminate property taxes.
Wow, really?
Yes.
How are they going to do that?
Let's go.
The measure would study...
Hey, trust me, buddy, let's go.
Well, now, this is where we're at right now.
Okay.
The measure would study the impact of replacing the lost revenue through a consumption tax. So the findings would then be submitted to the top officials of the State House and Senate for review by next February. So the bill is expected to pass during the current legislative session, which is set to run through March 8th.
There you go.
Also up in Tallahassee, a bill eliminating most references to climate change from state laws advancing through the Florida legislature. The measure passed the House Appropriations Committee yesterday. The legislation would delete the phrase climate change more than half a dozen times from current state law, but leave it intact in other areas. The Tampa Bay Times reports the measure would also make wide-ranging changes to state energy policies.
Is this like how Florida treated Black history? If we don't talk about it, we pretend like it never happened,
Which
kind
is
of deal?
I don't know, because a lot of cities, especially like Miami, I believe even Jacksonville, maybe even Tampa, now have what they actually call climate mitigation officers, where people figure out where bus stops need to have more shade. Sea rise. So I don't know, because while they're doing this in Tallahassee, cities around the state are actually setting aside offices for people to figure out how do we move forward with all this stuff that's changing.
Wow.
How do they justify this? I don't understand.
Well, House Speaker Paul Renner says the changes are needed.
Yeah.
To ensure
Tell us, Paul.
To ensure state residents' power is reliable and affordable.
Yeah. He ain't buying it.
Well, I don't see how that makes it reliable or affordable.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, labor unions
Okay.
are pushing back against a controversial child labor law working its way through the Florida legislature.
Isn't this why there are labor unions?
The full House has passed the measure that would, among other things, allow teens to work more than 30 hours per week and as late as 11 p.m. on school nights. Ross, pay attention to this.
Oh, God.
This is going to matter to you someday. Pay attention to this.
Lil P's going to be out there on the production line.
That's right.
I hope Babe is still listening.
Lil P.
Lil P.
Love it.
Lil P.
Oh, he's already got his nickname.
Yeah.
Or she.
Oh, yeah. We've been calling Baby Lil P.
Little P.
Lil P.
Yeah.
Well, the AFL-CIO of Florida launched a digital ad campaign against the bill, saying it, quote, blows up current state protections for kids in the workplace, end quote. A Senate version of the measure is still in committee. Something we've talked about a lot on this show, and a lot of times have wondered, what is the answer, right? What can we do to mitigate this, to eliminate it, actually? Well, a Baker County woman, this is up in the Panhandle, is backing a bill meant to prevent others from experiencing the tragedy she's dealing with. Pamela Page was in Tallahassee yesterday to voice her support for Senate Bill 554. It's also called Aria's Act for Page's granddaughter, Aria. The 10-month-old died after her babysitter left her in a hot car for more than 5 hours last summer in McClenny. The bill would designate April as Hot Car Death Prevention Month, and the state would also sponsor education events. Page told the Senate Rules Committee passing the bill would guarantee Aria's name would be forever remembered, and if it saves just one life, it would mean Aria's life was not in vain. The bill unanimously passed the committee.
Wow.
That's something else Ross is going to have to worry about, coming up with a strategy.
Yeah. The strategies just pay attention, I think.
Yeah,
strategies.
well, leave like your cell phone,
Right,
in the car seat. So something really important that you wouldn't want to leave without, because it's easy to assume you would never forget.
Yeah, I don't know if Ross's car does this as well, but newer cars,
Right.
if you open that back door, if I'm putting something in it, when I stop, my dashboard and my phone both say, check your back seat.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. If you put
that's cool.
If you load it up with groceries where there's a certain weight back there and you turn the car off, it'll tell you to check the back seat.
That is wonderful. Good to hear that.
My car does that, which means I got a chance.
Yeah,
All right, a chance for you to help out an organization that has been a part of Central Florida for decades and could really use our help right now. Orlando's homeless may face more difficulty finding shelter over the next couple of weeks. And that's because the Coalition for the Homeless of Central Florida said yesterday its men's shelter will be closed for 10 days after a fire on Wednesday. Now, over 200 men used that shelter on Terry Ave. They're now staying at other shelters in the area, but of course that puts a strain on those facilities who are also struggling to serve a growing homeless population, like what we heard from the Heart of Florida United Way yesterday.
Absolutely.
CEO Allison Krall tells the Orlando Sentinel she hopes the coalition can resume offering some services like meals before the 10 days are up. As for the fire, there's no word on a cause, but the good news is it doesn't look suspicious. In the meantime, they're looking for donations of blankets, pillows, sheets, non-perishable food, hygiene items. They really need the community's help right now because, they were struggling before the fire. All right, the SpaceX Dragon capsule with the Axiom 3 crew is back on Earth after spending about 3 weeks at the International Space Station. The 4-person crew, including Turkey's first astronaut, splashed down this morning off Flagler Beach, or Flagler County. They brought back over 500 experiments from space. Now, people living across Central Florida like myself reported hearing these sonic booms. Do you guys hear it?
I didn't. I was watching it live, right?
Yeah,
I
so
was
was
watching
I.
the stream come down live. My wife said she heard it. I did not.
I did. When I heard that boom, boom, I was like, wait, that must be the crew coming back.
I thought I did, but I had chili last night, so I couldn't tell.
Hey, how you doing?
I live by 408. When a dump truck hits the overpass, it's very similar. So they blur,
It's either a sonic boom rocket or a dump
truck over the 408.
You know how when the highway is like, what? We're not going to be at this elevation for about 4 seconds. We're going to drop for an inch.
Well, the astronauts were part of the first all-American or all-European crew to travel to the ISS. NASA and SpaceX announced earlier this month the launch of the Crew 8 mission will take place around February 22nd. All right, if you are going to be going to the beaches this weekend, there is a lot of stuff going on around Central Florida this weekend. And if that includes the beach, because of course we're going to be back in the 80s for this weekend and enjoy it because we drop like a rock again next week.
Right, yeah.
But if you are heading out beachside, dangerous beach conditions are continuing to impact Volusia County specifically. So officials have closed more than 24 walkovers and vehicle access ramps at local beaches due to erosion from strong winds and high tides. Daytona Beach Shores and New Smyrna Beach are seeing the biggest impacts. Officials say some of the accesses could reopen over the weekend, but they are going to remain closed today. And if you are planning to go to the beach, probably just plan to stay out of the water because the National Weather Service says dangerous rip currents and rough surf are expected for the next few days.
We'll hear about that on Tuesday.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, inevitably we will, huh?
And that's because drivers can expect delays in Volusia County this weekend. The annual Daytona 2 Beach 5K and half marathon will take place at the Daytona International Speedway on Sunday. Ross, is that the 5K you're running?
No, I'm running the Orlando City 5K.
Oh,
that's this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's this Saturday, and it's a really silly tradition that I decided to keep up with my best friend.
You should text me and let me know how it goes.
Yeah.
The Purple Pride 5K.
Yeah, the Purple Pride 5K. And all jokes aside, that is my favorite 5K, and I do love that tradition. I just have a late night tonight. So
right, exactly. Enjoy that run tomorrow.
Didn't plan that very well.
Well, if you're taking part in the Daytona Beach 5K and half marathon, the route's going to run through the Speedway and historic neighborhoods within the with the finish line at Victory Circle. Both races begin at 7:15 a.m. Ross, what time does your race begin?
8.
Ooh.
No problem.
Tasty. All right, a loose roo is back with its owner in Hillsborough County.
Yeah.
A kangaroo?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Or a Louisiana sauce.
The sheriff's office said yesterday I got a call from a woman saying there was a kangaroo hopping around her apartment complex in Temple Terrace.
Okay.
Deputies arrived at the complex, but the kangaroo had already moved about a mile away.
Damn, that thing hauled ass.
That's where deputies were able to get the kangaroo into a trailer. About 45 minutes later, the FWC was called in and they did find the owner. Deputies say the owner had all of the proper paperwork that one needs to have in order to keep a wild animal as a pet. And the owner was allowed to retrieve their kangaroo and bring it home.
What do you bait a kangaroo with? If you're trying to lure it into a structure, what do you bait it with? What's a kangaroo's favorite meal that it cannot ignore?
I don't know what they eat, but we all have the stereotype that they can throw hands.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you seen like a really buff kangaroo?
Oh, they get
like
ripped.
Male, they get ripped. They're scary ripped.
They are not afraid of leg day.
Oh, it was
No.
It's you remember the Acme kangaroo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that's where there's such a, you know what?
That thing was yoked.
Kangaroos are skyrocketing up my animal list right now.
Are they? They're so mysterious. You can never figure out what they're thinking because they always have that dead face.
They got a front pouch, buys and tries, and a foot that's 3 feet long.
Right,
And you know what's so fascinating is that
and a club for an ass.
When they're born, they're like as small as a pistachio, and the baby crawls up and then crawls into the pouch.
Right.
So, because the baby's not born in the pouch, they have to crawl.
Oh, yeah. They got to earn that pouch.
They got to earn that pouch. Speaking of animals, and before we get to the final stories about the Super Bowl, you know, that's not the only holiday this weekend. The Chinese New Year is almost here. Tomorrow, February 10th, the Year of the Dragon will officially begin, and so will a 15-day celebration. How about that for New Year's, right? The holiday stems from many different myths, but the one that stands out is the one called Nyan. An old man was attempting to defend his home from an underwater beast that would go on land to attack villages on New Year's Eve.
Okay.
Legend has it he saved his home by wearing red, putting red decorations on his house, and using firecrackers, which, of course, invented in China.
Right.
The celebration begins today with a family reunion dinner, followed by more family events on New Year's. And, of course, this is the most traveled holiday throughout all Asian countries.
Is it really?
Oh, this is the one time of the year when people will take off of work and spend time with family, and then it's back to the grindstone.
Yeah, I know that my wife does a lot of business in China. Her company does through textiles, and they have to plan all of their production around this period of time because they will not do anything.
No, it's the one time of the year they get off.
I think it's against the law for them to work, actually. I think they get penalized if they get caught working. So they take it real serious. So you don't get anything out of China during this period of time. You just have to wait.
Color me jealous, by the way.
Yeah,
exactly.
not having the days off, but like they have badass warrior stories all the time.
I know.
I'm learning about the story of Nyan.
Right, exactly.
Easy, Tucker.
Yeah, like I want some of that. I want a cool the American hero of Bubba.
Yeah.
You know, or where's our Nyan?
He's in her belly.
Yeah. All right, back to the Super Bowl because this marks the first year Floridians can legally bet on the Super Bowl, whether at the casino or on a mobile app. Now, Jimmy Cephalo, voice of the Miami Dolphins, says,
oh my God, and former NFL player. Wasn't he a receiver for the Dolphins, Jack?
Jimmy
Cephalo?
I don't know.
Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Sounds familiar.
Jimmy Cephalo, voice of the Miami Dolphins, former player, says the NFL has taken a 180-degree departure from its original stance about betting on football. Cephalo says back in the day, the NFL said if a player was caught gambling or associating with a known gambler, they would never play in the league again.
Howdy 5, you're done.
But also says the NFL recognizes how much money can be made because football is so popular. Sports betting is now legal in 38 states, including Florida, with the Seminole Tribe launching sports betting at its casinos late last year. Besides bets on the winner, loser, and coin toss, this year's game includes bets on whether or not Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce will propose to his girlfriend Taylor Swift, and we've all said no.
No, not going to happen.
Okay.
By the way, Jimmy Cephalo, yes, longtime wide receiver with the Miami Dolphins, went to 2 Super Bowls.
Nice.
Cool.
I like that last news story because I just realized, you know what, the word butt loves the word gamble.
Right.
And that news story is like, yeah, you can't do that. But
right.
And the word but is always going to be associated with gambling.
All right, speaking of gambling,
But
the amount bet on this year's Super Bowl is projected to be the largest ever. So experts with the gambling clinic at East Tennessee State University say that's due in part to more states legalizing gambling, like we just talked about with Florida. Officials with the clinic say there are ways not to lose big when gambling, including thinking about how much money you can afford to spend and setting a limit. Also good to let a friend know what your limit is, like your wife.
Oh, so you can't change it when you start losing?
Right.
As the accountability can keep a person within the boundaries they set.
Right. Hey, baby, you're not going to believe what happened.
A record of over how many dollars is expected to be wagered on this weekend's title game, gentlemen?
This is such a great question.
What we're going to do is we're going to start with the father-to-be. Ross, what do you think?
What's up?
$450 million. I'll go $500 million.
$500 million.
500 million?
500 mil.
Yeah, I easily seeing it being the all-time high with all the legal betting now available. So he's $500 million.
I went high, I felt like.
Yeah.
You think that's high?
I think that's...
And you don't?
No.
I'll go $499 mil.
Ooh.
I'm taking the under.
Ooh.
This is the total money bet?
This is total money bet.
$2.7 billion.
You guys are so cute.
Yeah.
Even Jim?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's way up there.
$23
Come on, man.
billion.
We got it bad.
Yeah.
We got
kidding?
it bad.
Scratch offs are dead, kids.
Yeah, we are
These
doomed.
people are like, why would I scratch something off when I can bet on this guy fumbling?
And
Wow.
look, they've also talked about the fact that this is becoming a huge problem for teenage boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
we
teenage
talked,
We talked about that.
Exactly.
That class, we did this 4 or 5 months ago. We were talking about this, and one of the teachers asked every teenager in the room, if you have a betting app on your phone, this is an 11th grade class, hold your phone up. 70% of the class held their phone up. 70% of the boys in the class had gambling apps on their phone at 16.
I know what today's question of the day is.
Yes. So $23 billion is expected to be wagered on Sunday's game.
I've really turned
By
down.
the way, I win.
I've turned back my sports gambling a little bit, especially off of the news, right?
Right. No more gambling for you, mister.
Well, with that said, if the Niners don't win, this kid doesn't have a career. So let's go McCaffrey, dude.
Yeah, little P, get ready to get swaddled.
Let's
Little
go,
P.
C-Mac. I need you, buddy.
Little P needs you. And now you all are officially woke.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Your 3 o'clock keyword is credit, CREDIT. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show, Sink or Sell, and Embers only.
Get ready to text your vote for Sink or Sail. Coming up next on the Jim Colbert Show.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hello, this is your midday weather update. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner on this Friday, and we are sitting pretty for a beautiful weekend. Highs today, 77 degrees, a mix of clouds and sun, but very pleasant, very spring-like. And then this weekend, we launch into the 80s, feeling more like April than February. There will be some rain, maybe some storms on Monday, giving way to cooler conditions next week with highs closer to 70 degrees. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Discover. If you like using debit over credit, shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. You deserve a ride that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and I'll get you way overpriced value for your clunker. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? We kiss up to the banks and lenders who want to say yes. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. Check out our brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. Fall in love with the award-winning 2024 Outlander with 0% for 60 months. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $89 per month. Trade-ins, kiss it goodbye. We'll pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Take your Valentine's experience to a whole new level this year with jewelry, flowers, candy, dinner, and a flyaway romantic getaway. All courtesy of International Diamond Center. Nothing says I love you like romantic jewelry from IDC. From a simple pendant to an exquisite designer ring, we've got a fantastic selection of affordable, timeless gifts. And this year, with any jewelry purchase at IDC of $129 or more, we're giving you some long stem roses, some delicious chocolates, and a gift card for dinner from Vito's or Fishbones. It's one-stop shopping for all things romantic. And if you really want to take it up a notch, we're also giving away island getaways. Just spend $5,000 on jewelry and you'll get a $500 airfare credit for a Caribbean vacation. Spend $10,000 on our jewelry and get 3 nights including airfare at a tropical resort. On us. Make this Valentine's one to remember. Let IDC help you with your jewelry, flowers, chocolates, dinner, and a romantic vacation. We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app. Pre-game with perfectly tailored playlists like Big Game Party and more. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Big Game, and listen now. Make the big game great with iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carriers, but for up to half the cost. Same thing, up to half the cost. Up to half the cost for the same thing. 50% the money for 100% the same thing. I hope I'm making myself clear. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Half the cost savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single-line 5GB data plan with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single-line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plan offered by T-Mobile and Verizon May 2023.
Quitting tobacco isn't easy. The good news is, Tobacco-Free Florida is here to help you quit your way. Tobacco-Free Florida's Group Quit service offers free virtual and in-person sessions at convenient times and locations. You may be eligible to receive free nicotine replacement therapy like patches, gum, or lozenges. You are not alone. Whatever your reason to quit is, Tobacco-Free Florida can help you get started. Call 1-877-YOU-CAN-NOW.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's time for Sink or Sail. If you think this song is yacht rock, text SAIL to 77031. If not, text SINK.
Oh, Jack. Seven 77031. 3 o'clock keywords credit. Got about 5 minutes or so to get over there and try to get that money. Just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. We'll have a freshie for you at the top of the hour. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well.
Yo, one of my favorite moments of the week is Jim's nonverbal reaction to whatever yacht rock song I am playing for
You
Sink or
are
Sail.
exasperating, buddy. You're killing me.
Well, this week there actually was a verbal reaction. He said, "Oh, Jack."
Yeah.
He was rubbing a bunion or something. Oh, Jack, that's it. Right there. Just a little bit harder.
Buddy, you know this is no good.
Get the cream.
Loggins and Messina.
Yeah. You need to log out.
Well, they do, so many yacht rock songs for this group, for Kenny Loggins.
But this is not one of them, dude.
So what's really interesting, and we'll see as they start coming in.
Yeah, the guy just texted, no.
Yeah, but other people texting Sail, believing it is. Now, when I did this on Sunday, last Sunday during Captain's Log Radio, the early votes were coming in Sail, and I go through this votes on the texting service. I'm doing hash marks on my paper, and it was Sail. So we had Sail ready to go. And then, I play that, and you hear it, we announce it as a Sail. And then I refreshed the page, and then it was like sinks from all the rest of all sinks. So it was actually, I announced it as a Sail, but it ended up being a sink when I tallied all the votes.
Damn.
Yeah.
The thing is, again, what sucks is this is a cool tune, right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the song. It's just too upbeat to be yacht rock for me.
Go.
It's just a little too upbeat.
And tempo is one of the things that can, for some people, make them decide it's not yacht rock.
I think I've seen 3 sales on the texting service.
That little...
I don't believe this Friday crowd. They're a bunch of cynics. They're like Jimmy.
That little piano part in there kills it for me.
Yeah.
Well, this song just like when you first played it, I felt like I was walking into a wholesome biker bar, like a biker bar with
a biker bar for family.
Yeah, like a biker bar that you would have seen in a scene in Full House. Or, had like a 1996, we'll teach some lessons. We'll show you the way of the bike and what the road can teach you.
All right, so that's definitely a sink. And Loggins and Messina, Your Mama Don't Dance. However, we will play Sink or Sail again this Sunday on Captain's Log Radio. Super Sunday, we'll Captain's Log Radio from 8 to 9. Joseph Martins will have Sunday morning coming down and from 9 to 1. Chad will have Real Music Weekends until 5. And at 5 p.m., we kick off our Super Bowl coverage right here on Real Radio.
Amazing.
Pre-game right up until kickoff. And then you can hear the game on Real Radio, but also on your phone, on the iHeartRadio app, or on your smart speaker at home. It's so easy for you to be connected to the big game wherever you are because, not everyone can be in front of a television all the time.
Yeah.
So whether it's on your phone, smart speaker, or your radio, you can listen to the game on Real Radio 104.1.
Thank you.
All
I don't know. I got something in my throat. It's killing me there for a second. My bad, guys.
Nuts?
All right, 407, you son of a bitch.
Well, that does still do that.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Let's do Embers only. If I can do it.
Now, it's time to explore the world of cigars, spirits, and other things that make life worth living. This is Embers Only.
Embers Only brought to you by our good friends over at Corona Cigar Company. 3 locations to serve you here in Central Florida, downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake Road. A couple other locations, Sarasota and Tampa. You can always find them online at coronacigar.com. This week's cigar really is one of those cigars that you buy to like give away, really. It's the Zeus Overrun Torpedo Bundle. Now, when you get cigars, usually they come in a nice fancy box, wrapped up, got a label on them, the whole 9 yards. These are Overrun Dominican cigars that are a great deal. And by the way, you don't really lose here because they're still the same quality as the cigars that make it into the boxes and make it out to shipping. But man, these are beautiful. Dominican Republic, Sumatra, Indonesia. Those are the tobaccos inside. Creamy, light, sweet flavor. And it's only a little over $1 a cigar, so you can't lose. $34.95 for the bundle. It's the Zeus Overrun Torpedo Bundle, and that is your cigar of the week. Grab these guys. They're really inexpensive, but don't let that fool you. It's still a quality smoke. I enjoy these. I have a half a bundle open right now. Ross has them up on the camera.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be smoking these all weekend with the boys. Congratulate,
I was going to say, save some for the big day, though.
This is going to happen all day. But, yeah, I announced my wife is 2 months pregnant.
Oh, my God, dude.
Honestly, the whole reason why she is pregnant is because I need another reason to smoke cigars.
Yeah, right, exactly. Right.
So I was like, you know what? 18 years? Sure, but this is going to be a fun Sunday.
That's right. They're factory direct, very inexpensive, $34.95 a bundle. You can't beat it because you really don't lose on quality. It's the Zeus Overrun Torpedo Bundle. That is your cigar of the week. Thanks so much for the guys over at Corona Cigar Company. Find them online at coronacigar.com. Back in a sec with more of The Jim Colbert Show.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. This Sunday, Real Radio is joining FM 96.9 The Game for Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 58. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at slow traffic this afternoon in the Orlando area, both east and westbound on the interstate between Sand Lake and 535 and between US 27 and the 429. Looking at accident activity blocking the roadway at Moss Park Road and Narcoossee. Another crash reported westbound on Silver Star blocking the left lane at Hiawassee Road. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples Print Big Sale means the more you print, the more you save. Get $20 off your print purchase of $100 or more, $50 off your print purchase of $200 or more, and $100 off your print purchase of $300 or more. Ends 2/10/24. See staples.com/print for details. Print more, save more at Staples.
Hey, everybody. Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Turns out February is American Heart Month, and Life Imaging FLA wants to remind you that early detection saves lives. Unfortunately, the very first symptom of heart disease is often sudden death. But the cool thing is, now you have the power to detect issues before symptoms. And Life Imaging FLA does that with their free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. This is a $699 value. The testimonials are bananas. Couples going in, the person that thinks they have problems have no problems. The person that does not think they have problems has problems. But the cool thing is, now you have the information, the power to go to your primary care doctor and build a long-term healthcare plan to make sure that you're around for years. Do that now. Do exactly what I did. Pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say that keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. And be sure to ask about their cancer screening as well. Make 2024 the year you finally start taking care of your long-term health with Life Imaging FLA. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
The News Junkie Show is ready to destroy another holiday with the most unique party of the year. Just Okay 8. Saturday, March 16th will be a night of unbelievable moments at the Plaza Live with performances from Young Tapes, The Shabooms, Savvy's Little Helpers, and so much more. Presented in part by JustCallMo.com. Make this St. Patrick's Day weekend one to remember and get your tickets to Just Okay 8 at realradio.fm/JustOK.
Don't miss the Players' Championship, March 12th through 17th in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Invite your friends and family to enjoy the ultimate fan experience, complete with views of the famous Island Green, front row access to the PGA Tour's best players, and a one-of-a-kind atmosphere. Don't miss out on a bucket list trip to TPC Sawgrass. Secure your spot at the iconic stadium course today. Tickets are on sale now at theplayers.com.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind in the Under Oath podcast. You listen to a lot of attorney commercials, normally concerning the qualifications of that firm, that they will fight for you, that they don't get paid unless you get paid. Instead of doing a commercial, I'm just going to give you some free advice. If you get into a car accident, make sure you receive medical treatment from a doctor within 14 days. If not, the insurance companies can hold you responsible for the first $10,000 of your medical treatment. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Very local. Powered by Wesh 2. Local news.
Breaking news this morning.
Original series and specials.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
Hey, what's good, guys? This is Angel from the Monsters. You guys know I love to cook on my Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive, and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassy's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories, everything that you need. They have the classroom set up so you can teach you the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques on the Big Green Egg as well. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassy's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee, so check them out. It's Wassy's Meat Market. Check them on Instagram or go to their website, wassysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's Wassy's Meat Market.
Doctors take Field of Greens for their own health. Here's Dr. Ryan Green to explain.
We're like you, too much fast food and not enough exercise. That's why I take Field of Greens. The fruits and vegetables in Field of Greens support my heart, lungs, kidneys, and metabolism for weight loss. And Field of Greens promises your doctor will notice your improved health or your money back.
Get 15% off with promo code RADIO at fieldofgreens.com. That's promo code RADIO at fieldofgreens.com.
Product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. Aspireallergy.com and tackle your allergies head on.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
The biggest used car selection under $20K. Leap into Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. 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 That's bonus. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
You probably don't know this or care, but we have web goals. So go to JimColbertLive.com and look at stuff.
Okay, so as soon as I tuned in, I heard, yeah, good job, Ross. We're so excited, and we're going to break. And, yeah, so I had just gotten off the phone with my wife about some BS that's going on at her work. So hopefully this is really good news. I don't know if it's a new dog, new kid, new comedy thing. kind of have an idea by the way they were talking. So please recap when you come back.
Okay, welcome back to the Jim Cover Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 4 o'clock keyword is bonus, BONUS. Just go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Bonus, guys, that is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Yeah, the big news is...
Ross has a bonus.
Yeah, Ross is leaving the show.
I found out Christmas Day that my wife was pregnant.
I just can't. Every time you say it, it becomes less believable.
If you don't believe me, I just texted all three of you something.
Okay, hold on.
All right, let's
It better be a coupon to KFC.
He's going to make me
I love
cry.
KFC. It's like the big bucket.
Oh my God.
It's the ultrasound you had yesterday of your little
actually, turn down the audio. I forgot that there's audio to that. You don't want the audio to it.
No?
Okay.
But you can
That's
play
a very proud boy.
Yeah.
Whoa. But not a proud boy. But I mean.
Is he...
No, we haven't established views yet, Jack, but I don't rule it out.
Is he straight Petey Pablo? Is he North Carolina in this?
That is a straight up wave, according to the nurse. I just sent you a small clip of a 1 to 2 inch child that will be mine in 7 months waving.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what that. There could be curse words on that audio.
You might want to put volume down.
It was an emotional day yesterday. So, and this was. I was just talking to Brandon Kravitz because I was like, you know what, we're talking about it. I should also tell the people here at work, some of my close friends here at iHeart and Real Radio and 96.9. The first moment where I found out and I saw the pregnancy test versus yesterday. Way heavier.
Really?
Way more immense
because it's real.
Experience. Yeah, just to see it, it's unequivocal.
Yeah.
This is a fact.
We have witnesses.
Right. There's evidence now.
I mean, it was such an emotional thing. The nurses started to cry.
Really?
Which I thought, well...
For her?
No.
Fair question.
Let me clarify. One nurse started to cry. It was like her second one of these, and she was in training.
Oh, wow.
And
really?
then there's the head nurse who was like, yep, there it is. And she was, it was very... and she was
matter
awesome.
Of fact.
Yeah, matter of fact, while the other girl who's doing the
ultrasound,
doing the ultrasound without going into too much details, but that was right next to me, and just seeing the screen, that yesterday was the heaviest day probably of my life. I keep thinking, I know this is really weird, but
I mean, getting the show was pretty big.
It was. It absolutely was. But there's only one other event that I can remember feeling that emotional.
It had to be your wedding.
It was my dad's funeral.
Oh, wow,
Good
really?
job, Jimmy.
Well, no, my wedding was also, but it just, I remember how I cried at my dad's funeral, and it was to the point where I was struggling to breathe.
Yeah, sobbing. You're just, they call that, what's the word they use for that? Sob is not the word.
Ugly cry.
Yeah, but there's another word for that. It's almost like bellowing.
Yeah. It was just I've never felt that before, and until yesterday, there was definitely for different reasons,
obviously,
but the complete opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the last time I felt that way, or cried like that, or had that type of tear of emotion.
Yeah, the second time is gonna be like that is if you find out it's not yours.
Yeah.
Did Olivia cry?
Yeah, everyone was crying.
Yeah, it's a blubber fest.
Except for the head nurse. She was like, all right.
She's like, all right, we got a 10-minute limit on this room, guys.
We got a 2 o'clock. We got to get in here.
Moving along.
Like a server, she asked for a review and everything. It's been insane. It's been insane.
How did Olivia's mother react to this?
She was the first person to find out.
She was the first person.
And I'll be honest with you, I was going to save this for thoughts, but watch this, because this has been the funniest thing to date about the whole, my wife is pregnant.
Okay.
She was the first person to find out. She found out on Christmas break as well. And we gave her a square box that said from the North Pole.
Okay.
And inside of it was a pregnancy test.
Okay.
That said pregnant. There it is. And when she opened it up, she looked at it and she picked it up, and she almost smoked it.
Oh my God Almighty!
She's thinking it's a vape pen.
She thought good old son-in-law was like, I got you.
Yeah.
She thought I hit her.
Wow.
She thought I hit her up with some indica.
Oh yeah.
No, don't put that there.
That's your grandchild.
She goes, I heard this PP Crush was fire.
Yeah. She legit thought I got her some vape. She thought I got her. We went to the dispensary and picked up a cartridge for her. How great is that? No. Put on your glasses. Read the screen. Read the screen.
And then what happened?
That's not a strain.
Yeah. It's then she found out, and then it's just been heavy
Tears?
every time. Some of my favorite reactions that I've gotten so far have been all three of my groomsmen, my brother, my friend Nico, and John, and seeing them react.
Yeah.
Because I also know that obviously this is a massive moment for me, but I know if I put myself in their shoes, this is also them going, I'm at this point of my life where my best friend is having a kid and we are in our 30s and we're not 22 anymore. And
you are not.
And these actions and the events just hunch you right in the life compass of going, this is actually where you're at. You may think that you're still at this point in your life, but then you have these events that come in and remind you, no, you're 34. This is happening.
Well, the good thing about that, what I remember is you don't have to worry about directive anymore.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so you now have, your life has directive. I mean, you have your career, but as a human being now, your directive is to nurture that child.
And off of just that black and white grainy image, it's cliche, but immediately felt this level of this willing to sacrifice.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do that. You wouldn't even think twice about it, buddy.
It's immediate. Like I'd die for that little gummy bear.
It's okay, buddy.
Look at that little bonsai shrimp.
Oh come on, man! Even in the
bonsai shrimp.
Even in your most sensitive moment, you're making edible jokes.
Yeah. I didn't say what kind of gummy bear. Harbro.
Yeah. So how is So in the name choices, I know that you said before, because I think you've done thoughts about this, and I know that in private conversations, you guys have had conversations about whether it's a boy or a girl.
Oh.
First things first, and be honest, because it doesn't make it wrong for you to make a choice. A lot of people really freak out about stuff like this, like whether you want a boy or a girl. Everybody does the whole default thing of I just want a healthy baby. But if you had your druthers,
okay,
I mean, and I'm sure she has a choice as well. I mean,
so I more than likely will cry because every time I've been asked that, I have cried. And I think I really need to.
Oh, hush up.
I think I really need to understand why I get emotional whenever I have gotten asked that question. Right now, I would say 5 days out of the week, I would, of course, say be a stereotypical dude and say boy. That seems badass. I want to teach my son how to play golf like my dad and mom did for me, and I think that would be awesome. But then those are the 2 days where I get stuck thinking, there's no way you're having a boy, dude. You're having a daughter. And then
that's what you feel in your soul?
There is definitely an aspect of that. All the old wives' tales are saying boy, she's like salt right now, and everyone thinks boy right now. But my wife and I definitely think girl, and I can't stop. This is when I get emotional, is that I don't know why. I can't really put it into words, but I feel like I can make a bigger impact as a father
to a daughter.
And I don't know why. I don't think that specifically for all dads. I just look at who I am and what I'm trying to bring to the table. I don't know why I think I would. I look forward to seeing my influence on a daughter more so than a boy, and I can't tell you why.
That's interesting because you would think with your situation with your pop that you would want to not avenge that, and kind of flip that story on its face, and be that dad that does everything you just said. But in reality, we knew both of ours were going to be girls, and I never even really thought secondly about it. To be honest with you, I never even really considered it. Because it was one of those things where you just wanted to have something, you just wanted to have a kid that you could nurture and and get cheap labor from.
Yeah. Not me. Boy all the way. Wanted a boy all the way. I wanted someone to cut the. Speaking of cheap labor, I wanted someone to cut the lawn.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And
I need a kid to take a punch
because I'm the last one with my name, so that ego and vanity of having someone carry the name move on, and it didn't happen. I was saying boy for the first one. Once she was born and healthy, then I realized, it don't matter. You don't care. You love them more than anything. And then for the next child, it was just healthy baby is all I want. Healthy baby.
As a girl, watching those gender reveal parties where the father can't quite hide how he feels, it always just stings just a little bit. As a female, it's like, damn, that hurts. It always hurts.
There's no way I would ever Winston pain off of that news. I just would. There's an adjustment for me, if it's a boy, if it's a girl.
Of course.
I mean, that's what you start building your expectations off of that. But there's just this weird, Deb, I got to tell you, there's just this weird X factor and excitement that I have over possibly having a daughter that I don't necessarily have over thinking that I have a boy.
She's going to be your golf buddy.
I want you to have a boy so bad. I want you to have to run around the house wondering if your kid's going to stick a butter knife in a socket outlet. Because that's what they do. Boys don't seem to have any answers.
Isn't the thing that
until they're like 30?
Boys destroy stuff, right? And you're like, oh man, I just bought that. But girls are like, you are fat, Dad. Like, I'm not fat.
You don't look good without a beard.
And don't worry if it is born a boy. The child can choose their gender.
Oh, my God. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. My God almighty, guys. What are you doing? Bonus is your 4 o'clock keyword, BONUS. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at $1,000. We got our buddy Fayez Carr with Primetime Kitchen next here on The Jim Colbert Show.
This is Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And on your smart speaker. Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
It would be my pleasure.
Still looking at very heavy traffic this afternoon in the Orlando area for drivers traveling east and westbound on the interstate through downtown between Cayley Street and Robinson Street, as well as between 192 and Osceola Polk Line Road. Delays also very heavy for those traveling between US 27 and the 429. If you see traffic problems today, make sure you call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Walt Disney World.jobs.
Walt Disney World Resort is hiring. Explore a variety of full-time and part-time roles at the heart of the magic and enjoy great benefits like complimentary theme park admission, exclusive discounts, and more. Apply today at waltdisneyworld.jobs.
Man, here we go with rebathmidfla.com. That is where you get the bathroom of your dreams. And if you do have one of those bathrooms in your home, and it doesn't matter which one, it could be the master bath, it could be the guest bath. But if it's that guest bathroom, you know what happens, man. It makes it so embarrassing to have friends or family over for special events. I know everybody's graduating right now, but in the fall, Thanksgiving will be here. And all those events, you got to go to your brothers, maybe your moms, because your bathroom is so embarrassing. You just don't want to have anybody over. But that can change. Rebath of Mid-Florida can do that for you, man. And they can do it for you with incredible products. Natural stone like travertine and marble, all those beautiful colors, that's available. All those trendy things you see on television and in the magazines, they can do it. Daryl Payne just showed me the 2 bathrooms he got from Rebath. Amazing stuff. They control the entire job. They're employees. They do it in 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And the products you can even see beforehand. Just visit the showroom, 436 up in Altamont. They're right across from Kobe. Very easy to find. You can take their design team, your ideas, their products, and next thing you know, you have a beautiful bathroom. When they install it, you're all set. This happens every day with these guys. Log on today. Look at the before and afters, and then book your appointment. Your new bathroom is right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Sneezing, coughing, stuffy nose, runny nose, post-nasal drip, interrupted sleeping. I was groggy at the end of the day.
Allergies and sinus congestion were making Jana miserable. Then, a friend recommended Navage. Navage provides immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Navage helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
Navage gave me instant relief. I didn't have to wait 30 minutes. I didn't have to wait an hour, 90 minutes. I didn't have to wait a minute. I ran the rinse and I felt better.
Stop suffering from congestion and start breathing and feeling your best again with Navage. Navage.
I've had people ask me how I find relief, and I tell them Navage immediately. This thing is amazing.
Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid.
Are you all worked up and working too much? You know what y'all need? Y'all need to chill out. Y'all need to have fun. Y'all need some adventure. Why, y'all need Gatorland. How do we know? Ain't no one got more animals, more gators, or more fun than Gatorland. And now, Florida residents get what they need for less. With $17.50 admission, now through the end of February. We know what y'all need. Y'all need Gatorland.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the Injury Law Firm of Kaufman & Lind and the Under Oath podcast. A little more free advice. Any conversation you have with the insurance company after you get into an accident will be recorded. Everything you say can and will be used against you. For example, when they ask you how you're doing, these are not words of concern. These are traps to keep them from paying your medical expenses. Simply reply with, I've been told to avoid answering questions like this. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring the biggest names in the game like Ross Tucker and his daily NFL podcast.
I am so looking forward to that game.
NFL Total Access.
That's another mini storyline to watch.
NFL Now.
This could be the dangerous team.
And many more. The free iHeartRadio app in the NFL, getting you the insight and behind-the-scenes stories you need for the big game. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and search NFL and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
That's right, guys. Time for another Primetime Kitchen here on Real Radio 104.1, featuring a good friend, Mr. Fayez Kara from the Orlando Weekly. He is their critic, their restaurant critic, not a food reviewer, although he does that. He's a critic. Just ask him. He'll tell you. It's all brought to you by our good friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. 12 of these convenient locations all throughout Central Florida. What do? They sell some of the best stuff you can cook on outside for sure. Weber, Traeger, Big Green Egg, Uni, Gosney. They have it all, and they have all the cool cooking stuff as well. The hardwoods for smoking, the pellets for your Traeger, all the great marinades and rubs. It's all right there at Tools Ace Hardware. Find your location today at toolsacehardware.com. Good and loud for our friend Fayez Kara, guys. Hello, sir.
You like a daddy.
Yeah, you do. Oh. How about that news, huh, big dog?
That's big news.
It is. Are you not going to shave until he has it? Is that what we're doing here?
Well, see, last week I didn't shower. I figured this week.
Is this your tough guy Canadian look? I can't remember.
Yeah, or ugly guy Canadian look.
No.
Fayez Kara is the restaurant critic for the Orlando Weekly. If you miss any of this or you want to find out more about Fayez, just go to the pages of Orlando Weekly. Do that at orlandoweekly.com. Have you had a good week, sir?
Very good week. In fact, speaking of babies, my little niece was here visiting from Toronto, so it was just a joy to have this little 14-month-old child running about the house. We really miss her because they left yesterday, and now the house just seems empty.
That is, yeah, they do fill up a house with angst, is what they do. It's angst.
I'm not there.
And urine.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
I got tile.
So I have to tell you the one thing about, it is amazing. You could let a child go in a house, and within 10 minutes, they will find the most dangerous thing in that house.
Oh, yeah.
Usually your bomb.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
Man.
Or the most expensive thing.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you have for us this week, Big Dog? What's going on?
We have, there's a lot going on. We can talk about the review if you like.
Sure, let's get to it.
Off. Yeah, Chuan Fu. So last March, Chuan Fu's owner, Joyce Kai, told me that the reason she was opening a Chinese restaurant in Winter Park is because there were no good Chinese restaurants in Winter Park.
Shot fired.
Yeah, shots fired, of course. And so now that she's opened Chuan Fu, which is on the corner of Lee Road in 1792, and it's a sister restaurant to Chuan Lu Garden in Mills 50, there still aren't any good Chinese. No, I'm kidding.
Fire returned.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a war.
Chuan Fu is actually awesome, and in fact, I've in my half dozen or so visits there, I called it a liquor tickling mecca for peppercorn junkies. I have joyfully burned through my wallet and a good portion of my intestines eating all kinds of dishes there. But one dish in particular I wanted to call out, and it's called the rattan pepper sliced fatty beef. And if I could just read a few words from the review, just to describe this, if you'll indulge me, I think it'll give the listeners a good idea as to what to expect. This is what I said. The pliant chew of the boiled beef was a bit of a revelation, but the lake of fire in this bowl burned in the most wicked way. Tianjin peppers and chopped jalapenos lit the flame, while the rattan pepper, which are green Szechuan peppercorns, stoked it. The wee little minds have an even greater tongue-numbing effect than their mature counterparts. When I finished the soupy dish all in one sitting, I felt like I had just licked a frozen pole.
Pretty spicy,
but if anyone... I'm sorry?
Pretty spicy. I mean, you have a pretty tough palate, buddy. You love this spicy food. We've been out a number of times, and you like it nice and hot. So this one got to you a little bit.
Here's the thing with the Szechuan peppercorns. So they're not like chili pepper hot, right? They just numb your tongue. So my wife, who's actually allergic to chili peppers, she can actually have Szechuan peppercorns because there's no capsaicin in there. There's none of that. That compound, that chemical that actually makes your tongue feel like it's on fire.
Right.
This one just sort of like numbs it as if you just licked some Tiger Bomb or something on it.
Oh.
But food good, still flavorful. That's the bad thing with a lot of heat, though, is sometimes you lose the nuance of the flavors in there.
Not here. Like if anyone out there is familiar with Szechuan cuisine, you know that yes, it can be infernal, but it's not infernal for the sake of being infernal. There's so many other flavors and textures going on there that it's why people just love eating Szechuan cuisine. It's arguably maybe the most popular of all the great Chinese cuisines. But in its defense, I think to maybe reduce Szechuan cuisine solely to the infernal would be to maybe undervalue it a little bit. There are of course other dishes on the menu here that aren't that won't set your mouth ablaze or numb it. There's crispy duck. There's one dish we enjoyed thoroughly was just something simple. The garlic bok choy was just done so perfectly, so right. Nothing was soggy, or I mean, they still had a crunch in the in the greens. It was just so, everything's done so well. And if anyone's been to Chuan Lu Garden in Mills 50, they know that pedigree continues here in Winter Park. Everything is just stellar. The
Very
chefs
nice.
are on it. If anyone has never tried Szechuan cuisine before, this would be a place to go and
All
try
right.
it.
So it's Chon Fu, and it's on the corner of Lee Road and 1792.
Yes, in the old Orlando meat space. When they moved from Virginia. Yeah, so that's where it is.
Just drove right by there today. It's easy to find right there. It's part of that building that is Agave Azul now, I guess, right?
No, it's
or is it on the other side? Añejo, right?
tequila. Yeah, and it's called the Ravodage Complex.
Yeah, there you go. That's
the
what it
house
is.
there
Right.
too. Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to, and I thought the donut thing was dead, but apparently it's not. Parlor Donuts coming to College Park?
Parlor Donut. So if you recall, Bruno Zucchini was going to open up a donut shop there called Dizzy Donuts, but that didn't happen. And now I just learned that Parlor Donuts will move into the old Cafe Linger space. Cafe Linger is somewhat near Gabriel Subs. It's towards the northern part of Edgewater Drive. And they'll move in, and they're an Indiana-based outfit, so don't hold that against them. But they specialize in cronut-like layered donuts. Yeah. So yeah. So if anyone is into cronuts, this will be very cronut-like in the sense that they have layers of buttery, dough that's fried to be crispy on the outside and then light and fluffy on the inside.
Good Lord.
The work has already started, so my hunch is that they'll be open by the spring.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot here, Fives, because I love donuts. I think everyone here at the station knows that's my weakness.
Oh yeah.
I can plow through some donuts, man. Those are worth the calories for me. I have a proverbial gun. It's at you. What is your favorite donut? Which is your favorite? What is your number one on February 9th, 4:30 right now?
That's so funny because yesterday I went to Shipley Donuts. I was dropping my my sister off at the airport, and I swung by there, went through the drive-through, and I gotta tell you, I really like those donuts too.
Is Shipley your place?
Shipley's my place, man. I just found out about the Shipley donut thing, and that's why I'm honestly asked you, because they also have that
cronut thing?
Yeah, that cronut kind of donut where it's a donut, but it has the layers like a scalloped potato dish.
Yeah.
And it's like whipped. You're eating a sky-rise high tower of 20 stories, but in a donut. I love donuts so much, and I'm happy that you said Shipley.
I know I haven't tried Parlor's donuts because they're saying that their recipe is proprietary and it's like a secret. And I'm just intrigued to see how different it is than from your
regular old donut.
Cronut. Yeah. I just want to see how it is. So I've seen some photos and they look a little plumpier than your typical cronut. So yeah, I'm just interested to see and eat this thing. So College Park.
Talking to Fayez Kara here from the Orlando Weekly doing Primetime Kitchen. What's going on with Mills Market? You just have Mills Market down here, but nothing else.
Mills Market. So Mills Market will move into the space that currently houses Tien Hung Market, which is right on the corner of, again, Mills and Colonial. It's on Colonial, right across the street from Chuan Lu Garden, speaking of. And it's going to be transformed by James Beard nominated restaurateurs Johnny and Jimmy Tung into an East End market type of venue. So there's three phases to this thing. Phase one was Zaru, which is the udon noodle house, and Zaru is connected to the market from the inside. Phase two, which will be done by the end of this year, will be a Japanese whiskey bar and some micro eateries. They haven't really said what those micro eateries will be, but that's the plan, to have some eateries join the whiskey bar inside the market. And then phase three, which will be by the end of next year, we'll introduce some retail components to the space, like a flower shop and a gift shop and a jewelry store. And so, it'll be, and there'll also be like an incubation space there for chefs, very much like East End Market. Yep. So I'm kind of envisioning this to be like an East End Market South,
Yeah, even though it's not even that far away, but I understand exactly what you're saying. There's plenty of room for more spaces like that. East End's popularity, I'm sure, has opened up a few eyes when it comes to developers and chefs and people who want to venture off into something like that. They just did that in Oviedo with the food factory kind of thing, so we can see more of these kind of micro areas coming, because it's kind of weird when you go to the Oviedo thing. You go to the what is the Ikai there, and you walk in, it's just a counter and just a couple little tables. It's meant to eat outside, but it's very low impact. Only a few things on the menu, but I have to tell you, the things that are on there, obviously the most popular, and they do that with barbecue, and they've done that with Mexican food, and they're bringing more stuff in there as well. So maybe that's just kind of a new way that people are kind of getting it and going,
Yeah, and look, East End has been around for like a decade now. They just recently celebrated 10 years, right? So clearly, the fact that it's Johnny and Jimmy Tung that are behind this, leaves me feeling, that this will probably also be very successful.
Nice.
And they're thinking that they want this to be an anchor of the Mills 50 district, because they're seeing an increase in foot traffic. They decided to go this route. They want to pull people that are walking along Colonial and Mills. They want to pull them into this new market.
That area is so crazy right now. All right, let's move on. Something sad happened before we get to what you think is the best meal you've had in 2020 so far, or 2024 so far. We'll do that in a second. But, a spot there on Corinne that had really had become a kind of a local hangout, started off as a food truck. I think they still had the food truck, but then they opened a brick and mortar, and it was immediately popular. And then recently, a friend of mine went over and said they saw the doors were barred up, and it was done. What happened with Bim Bom?
Yeah, Bim Bom, which is a place that you and I have eaten in the past.
Oh my, that peri peri chicken was so freaking good.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So the sad news there is that a couple of years ago, one of the main chef and one of the owners, Chico Mendonça, passed away from cancer. And it really left a sort of vacuum inside the restaurant. Chico's partner, I believe his name is AJ Campfiore, he tried to sort of resuscitate it and keep the restaurant running along with Chico's relatives. And it lasted for, a year or so, but I don't think they got the response when Chico was there, because he was the heart and soul of the restaurant.
Baez, he was the reason you went, not the reason you went in, but he was always that front bar. He always had that magical bottle of something you had no idea what was in it, but you were going to take a shot. And I'm not kidding. I mean, my man had an old bottle that you would send a shipwreck, like you would send a note off in the ocean, and it was full of some clear liquid, and he would just go, drink, and we would just like, I guess. And it would be some concoction from, was it Portugal? Yeah. And it was freaking good.
He had that conviviality. He had that charm, and he really made a restaurant more than just a restaurant. He had that kind of personality.
He was like the. I don't mean this disrespectfully. He was like the shop dog. Every time you went in there, he was there, and you always wanted to see him. And it made you more comfortable. And of course, he was the head of the joint, but he was just the greatest, man. When he passed, it was so sad.
Yeah, and so the sadder news now is that Bim Bom has permanently shuttered. I guess they just realized that it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
They were going to recapture the magic and the spirit of the restaurant when Chico was there. So that's a sad closing of Audubon Park's restaurant history chapter.
And I think we all agree that space will not be vacant long. I mean, it could not be a more premium spot if it's not already taken. I can't believe it. But it is as premium as it gets for being right there on Corinne, right there by East End. I mean, that is one of the hottest spots in Orlando. So I'm sure it'll just be a couple weeks before we know what's going to be in there.
Probably. I'm thinking that they probably gave the owners a heads up that this was going to happen so that they could maybe put some feelers out there. But yeah, I don't imagine it'll stay vacant very long.
All right, 2 minutes. Tell us the best meal you've had this year so far.
Okay, so speaking of Audubon Park, there's a restaurant that's going to be opening in the old Bikes, Beans, and Bordeaux space called Coro. And Coro is a restaurant by Tim Lovero, who was the former executive sous chef at Luke's Kitchen. Him and his wife Natalie will be opening this place up, and he hasn't gone into detail as to what this restaurant will be, but he's saying that it'll be like American style small plates with an Italian bent. So last Friday they had a pop up. They had a pop up on Thursday and Friday of last week. I went on Friday to the pop up at Farm and House in Winter Park on Park Avenue, and I was just honestly, I was blown away. The meal was so good. We would get a menu. There would be a menu, and it would list like just 3 ingredients. For example, there was one that said it just said beef tartare, egg yolk, kohlrabi. So you're thinking, you're gonna get a traditional plate of beef tartare with the egg yolk on top and some greens. But what was served was like anything but. I got this urn that looked like something you'd put French onion soup in. On top of the opening was a fermented potato naan. When you lifted the naan off the bowl, inside you saw sea urchin from Santa Barbara, uni, and all these greens that were so carefully diced and cut, and underneath was the tartare that you made. I mean, the flavor combinations were so impeccable. There was another one. It just said tilefish, nasturtium, and roselle. And again, very simple description, but what you got was like tilefish wrapped around like these vertically placed layers of cucumber. There was like a tableside pour of like tomato water. It was just like, he's introducing flavors from India and Japan and the Middle East and France and it's just like, it's like a true composition of flavors. Koro, by the way, means choir. So I mean, it's not surprising that everything is just so well composed.
That's awesome.
Don't want to sound cliche about the harmony of flavors and all of that, but I think when this restaurant opens, it truly will be it'll be an anchor of the Audubon Park restaurant.
Wow, really? Well, looking forward to that. Cora, is that Cora?
It is Coro.
Coro. Coro.
It's like you're spelling my name, Jim.
There you go. Well, buddy, thank you as always. A great job. If you missed any of this, be sure to get over to the pages of OrlandoWeekly.com, or you can check it out at JimColbertLive.com. We'll have it there as part of the goods. Fayez, as always, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon, big dog.
See you soon, and congratulations, Ross.
Yeah, no joke. How about that? Give it up good and loud for our buddy Fayez Carr. There you go.
Shipley Donuts.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks for joining us for Primetime Kitchen, brought to you by our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. Look, guys, when you're dialing in your backyard for those special days, Tools has you covered with the best grills out there, Weber, Traeger, and, of course, Big Green Egg. All the accessories you need, all the smoking wood you need, rubs, marinades, everything to make that outdoor experience amazing. Those family experiences are extremely special. Make sure you're doing it right with one of these great grills from our friends over at Tools Ace Hardware. With 11 locations in Central Florida, chances are you're right around the corner from your next dream grill. Find yours today at toolsacehardware.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Here is your midday weather forecast update. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner, and this is your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Well, we'll have times of clouds and sun today, but noticeably warmer. The high temperature 77 degrees. Looking ahead to this weekend, we're going to be sitting pretty with highs near 80, if not above 80, straight through Monday. But there will be some showers and maybe even a rumble of thunder on Monday ahead of some cooler weather coming in for next week. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Discover. If you like using debit over credit, shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cash back on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashbackdebit. Discover Bank, member FDIC.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest Pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Tamron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
I'm Chris Walls, and I'm a truck driver from Missouri. For 13 hours a night, I sit in my truck and I drive. Out of boredom, I'll stop and eat. If I'm not doing fast food, I guarantee there's a bag of chips open on my dashboard. Along with that, I'm good for about 4 liters of soda a night. That was all until Andro 400. I started out 4 months ago weighing 341 pounds, and since taking Andro 400, I have dropped 45 pounds. I'm sleeping better. There's no cravings. My knee pain went away. I've had some lower back issues, and I've noticed that went away, and I can only contribute that to Andro 400. One thing that Andro 400 said on the radio ad says it attacks belly fat. Well, let me tell you, it did. I've lost 6 inches. This product really does work.
So guys, if you'd like to experience similar results, then get Andro 400, the safe, natural, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
This year, Dell Technologies wants to help you do amazing things with their best tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 13 Plus, powered by Intel Core processors, and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Leap into savings at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. This month only. Shop new Rogue with an ultra-affordable price of $19,999. Shop our biggest used car inventory with so many under 20 grand. And payments from $99 a month. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, fljobsnow.com for more info.
Hey, so apparently Facebook is still a thing. Search Gym Members and join our group.
So one day in the future, when I'm comfortable walking back into the Maitland Center for anything other to pick up a prize, I'll say it to your face. But for now, Ross, congratulations, my dude. Being a father is the most amazing thing that ever happened to me. Despite losing the mother and raising a child alone as a single father full-time for the last 12 years, I think that actually made me love it even more. And you, my friend, you have an amazing wife to share the experience with. So y'all are going to be great. You're going to be awesome parents. Have a good time, buddy. Congrats.
Yeah, every talkbag that's talking about it just it just hits all over again.
All right, 407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily. And boy, people are taking advantage of that. We have received hundreds of texts over the last couple hours because of Ross's announcement at the beginning of the show. First things first, though, bonus is your 4 o'clock keyword. You have about 8 minutes or so to get over to realradio.fm and send that out for your chance at $1,000. We will have a fresh keyword for you at the top of the hour.
Freshy.
And after that, you can keep going and try to win that money. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. What?
I'm Auntie Deb now.
Oh,
excuse me.
That's Tia right there.
That's right.
That's Tia.
Tia?
Oh,
What is Tia?
Tia is aunt in Spanish.
Is it really?
Thank you, Ross. I'm going to rename my Zoom thing right here.
Now, what's uncle in Spanish?
Tio.
I think it's Tio, yeah.
Tio.
Tio Jim.
That would have been the time I would have called you that.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like a cheap model of Hyundai. Try the new Hyundai Tio.
Yeah, it's a 2016 Tio.
Yeah, it's a really tiny one.
Okay.
There's so many things that I have no idea, of course. I also don't know where the line is of like
what to talk about?
Well, not just what to talk about, but also how much do I lean on other people? Because I know that
I'll babysit.
Okay. That's a really good question.
And by lean on other people, I'm not saying like, hey, take care of my kid for the night.
No.
I'm saying like,
no.
What's your experience? Because I know you can have too many chefs in the kitchen.
You can have way too many. You listen, in your immediate circle, you have all the advice you need. You can tell everybody else to blank off.
Yeah, we got you covered.
I'm telling you straight up.
Wait a second. Now I'm confused.
You have all the voices around you need. And I don't listen to people who haven't raised kids. No disrespect.
No.
I just don't. I mean, if you haven't really been in the game, I don't really pay attention. And look, I shouldn't say that. I take all advice because it's stupid not to. But when it comes to like being in dealing with a kid, it's different. You got to be in the room. It's different.
I do have a cheat code though. I have a mom-in-law that is perfect.
But that's what I'm saying. You have that. I mean, you have us. Jack has raised how many, Jack? Like 3, 6?
I lost count.
I got 4.
But here's the deal.
Deb has nephews. We've all been around kids.
But personally, I can say Deb has been a great source for advice with just her understanding of people and her empathy and stuff. So, I would take that back, and I think you're a scumbag for saying it.
You know what? I am. I do take that back. I apologize. That wasn't the right. I should not have said that.
You just opened the door for Bradshaw.
That's all.
This is one of the many reasons I've lobbied this company for a 9-minute dump.
Yeah.
I've said it over and over. We need a 9-minute dump.
We need to be able to delete entire segments.
And you'll understand when we talk for a few minutes. You'll get it. You'll completely understand why I need that safety net for sure. I say dumb stuff.
Okay, this just happened.
Not at all. Not at all.
Deb, on this last break, did you go get a piece of candy?
Yeah.
I also got a piece of candy.
Oh.
Do you know what just happened to me?
This is funny.
The same thing that happened to me. Take the candy and go.
No.
Don't talk to me.
Wait, did she say that to you?
She did, but I have known her for 25 years.
Yeah.
She can speak to me any way she wants.
I've known her for about 6 months.
Right.
Okay.
I've been swinging by the office. There's this awesome woman who
name is Cheryl.
She's the greatest.
Cher Bear. There she is.
Cher Bear is the greatest.
Lone cluster employee of she is our business department.
She really is.
It used to be a bunch of people.
I know.
Now she does it all.
So we have this, amazing woman, and she has this awesome tray of little fun-sized candies.
She does, man.
And it's
put that every day.
Been out there for 20 years.
Yeah, that's what I've been told. So I started feeling really comfortable grabbing a piece of candy. But here's the thing. I'm also not in there for business. I've only been there for candy.
Right.
And she is strictly business.
Yeah. She is all about that business.
She is.
I walk in. I try to get my Midwest vibes on. I try to hey.
She is not going to be.
Hi.
No.
I thank you. I thank you for the candy. I'm thanking. Today, I go in to get a candy, and I walk in, and I'm about to say, I just told everyone that I'm about to be a dad in 7 months. That's the sentence I'm about to say. It goes like this. You don't have to talk to me every time you get a piece of candy.
Awesome.
She is awesome.
She is the bomb, man.
Right through it.
Cheryl's School of Corporate Communication.
Zero F's to be
Zero
given.
F's to be given.
right.
Take your now or laters and move on.
I gave it back to her yesterday. I held her up with an Arnold Palmer umbrella.
Well, did you really?
I just held her up. I said, hands up.
Yeah.
She looked at me and went back to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Those on-air people. I don't know if we're her kind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I told her, I go, if anyone asks, I hope that's the weirdest thing that happens here today.
I used to sneak in her office and I would grab it in the entire time. It's like, you ever seen that video where that raccoon sneaks up to that cat's plate and takes the food and then runs away on 2 feet, never losing eye contact with the cats?
Yeah.
That's me taking candy from her. I go in there and I make eye contact. You are not seeing this happen. I am not taking this candy from you.
And you know what? I feel like this story needs a button, a good punchline.
All right.
You know what candy I took? A Babe Ruth.
Oh.
And then I looked at it.
Is
I
that her
grabbed-
name? Ruth?
No. That was just a
Cool ass name, though.
That is a cool name.
I know if it's a boy, it's Fayez. This is weird.
Dude, okay. There's so many name takes. I can't wait to tell you guys the names.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of names.
Do you have like an old school one like Ruth or
So there's been a
Charlotte
lot,
or something like
a lot
that?
of old school
Okay,
names
I
that
like
have been on the
that.
table. But there's one name that it's kind of a room divider so far.
And you're going to tell us right after the break.
Right after the break.
All right, 407-916-1041, fresh keyword coming up, and we'll talk baby names next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Have you ever left a Super Bowl party early but didn't want to miss any of the game? Real Radio is joining FM 96.9 The Game for Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 58. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. this Sunday on Real Radio 104.1.
Still looking at very heavy traffic this afternoon in the Orlando area for drivers traveling east and westbound on the interstate through downtown between Cayley Street and Robinson Street, as well as between 192 and Osceola Polk Line Road. Delays also very heavy for those traveling between US 27 and the 429. If you see traffic problems today, make sure you call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. No one does spring travel like Amtrak. That's because now more kids ages 2 to 12 ride for 50% off. So not only will you travel comfortably, you'll save too. Book now at Amtrak.com. Restrictions apply.
Industry experts say it's shaping up to be a good year for the housing market, and you don't want to miss out. But before you make a move, make sure you listen as that mortgage guy, Don, hosts the Home Loans Radio Show right here on Real Radio 104.1 every single Saturday morning from 9 to 10:30 a.m. That mortgage guy, Don, has been helping people with their mortgage needs for over 20 years, including myself, and I swear every time I think about it, it's still a miracle. You can listen to the past 170-plus informative episodes at thatmortgageguyDon.com or wherever you download podcasts, like the free iHeartRadio app. It's truly peace of mind right there at your fingertips at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
The Players' Championship is back at TPC Sawgrass March 12th through 17th. Don't miss your chance to see the PGA Tour's top players competing on the iconic Stadium course, home to the famous Island Green 17th hole. Watch the drama unfold as the battle for the Players' Championship trophy takes place in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. Secure your spot to see defending champions Scottie Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Victor Hovland, and more today. Tickets are on sale now at theplayers.com.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Very local. Powered by Wesh 2. Local news.
Breaking news this morning.
Original series and specials.
I can't wait to go check it out. Come with me.
24/7 TV made just for you.
How awesome is this?
Download the free Very Local app now.
What's up? It's Russ Rollins. Get your carpets and tile clean without sticky, soapy chemical residue left behind. Zero Res cleans the right way at the right price. You can get 3 rooms of carpets cleaned for only $147, and you get the 4th room for free. It's the hottest price of the year, so visit OrlandoZeroRes.com. Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Do you have trouble remembering that one thing you went to the grocery store to buy? Here's a tip. Forget about it. Just pick up fresh Florida strawberries. They're delicious, in season, and available now. Here's another tip. Go to freshfromflorida.com and use local Florida strawberries for wonderful recipes like strawberry arugula salad or strawberry fritters. And while you're there, join the Fresh from Florida Club for free perks. Fresh from Florida, there's sunshine in every bite.
WJRR presents the Brightside Music Festival April 27th, taking over the Central Florida Fairgrounds for the highly anticipated return of Sublime featuring Jacob Knoll, along with Eric Wilson and Bud Goff, plus special guest 311 along with Goldfinger and plenty more to be announced. Get tickets at brightsidefest.com. That's brightsidefest.com.
Take your Valentine's experience to a whole new level this year with jewelry, flowers, candy, dinner, and a flyaway romantic getaway. All courtesy of International Diamond Center. Nothing says I love you like romantic jewelry from IDC. From a simple pendant to an exquisite designer ring, we've got a fantastic selection of affordable, timeless gifts. And this year, with any jewelry purchase at IDC of $129 or more, we're giving you some long stem roses, some delicious chocolates, and a gift card for dinner from Vito's or Fishbones. It's one-stop shopping for all things romantic. And if you really want to take it up a notch, we're also giving away island getaways. Just spend $5,000 on jewelry and you'll get a $500 airfare credit for a Caribbean vacation. Spend $10,000 on our jewelry and get 3 nights including airfare at a tropical resort. On us. Make this Valentine's one to remember. Let IDC help you with your jewelry, flowers, chocolates, dinner, and a romantic vacation. We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage.
Make your dream of a new Pavers driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest Pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Temron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN, Green, GREEN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Want more from us? At The Jim Colbert Show on Instagram. Follow us.
Ross, what to go on, Bridget? Hey, respect, man. Big up. Blessed love to you, my friend. Yeah, man, a real thing, man. Yo, I know you're going to be a good father, brother. At 26 years now, I do it, and trust me, I can identify a man who going to be a good father to me with them, you know? And I know this is the first of a few more, man. I call it 3, maybe even 4. Yeah, same so.
Now someone give him the phone book to read.
Man, that is like
I could listen to that voice all day.
That is the coolest.
It is.
If I could have one accent in my life, it would be that one right there. Nothing sounds cool. You sound more wise.
Yeah.
When you say stuff, you just sound wise. Big up.
Big up, Mike.
God, it's so great.
This is the most I've ever felt like I could be a good dad.
Like, you are going to be a good
Yeah,
dad.
you just had Jamaican God tell you you're going to be. All right, 407.
Jamaican Jesus.
407-916-1041. Your 5 o'clock keyword is green, Green. It's what Ross is going to need in just about 6 months.
Hell yeah.
Lots of green. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000 green, guys. That is your 5 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Before we get into Ross's name game, there's been some terrible traffic situations happening over there on 75.
Yeah, there has. And unfortunately, I didn't hear our traffic report cover it. But if you're going to be doing any road tripping this weekend, traveling tonight, and it takes you anywhere near I-75, you're going to want to come up with another plan. Because unfortunately, a small plane landed on Interstate 75 in Naples this afternoon and collided with a vehicle, and now 2 people have died.
Damn.
Deputies and Florida Highway Patrol troopers are on the scene. The Federal Aviation Administration said 5 people were on board the Bombardier Challenger 600 jet when it crashed onto I-75. As you can imagine, not only are deputies out there, the FHP is out there.
Right.
The FAA is out there.
Sure.
So that means southbound lanes are closed at mile marker 111. That's Immokalee Road. Northbound lanes closed at mile marker 105, Golden Gate Parkway. The closure expected to last for, quote, an extended period of time.
So if you're headed down that way, just be
Find
sure
another
to
route.
find another route for sure. All right, 407-916-1041. All right, let's get to it.
There's
Name
the
game.
names.
The name game, dog.
The name games.
Now, just out of curiosity, before we get started in the names.
Wow, my water's red striped.
Yeah. Did you guys do a thing where like you picked 3 boys and 3 girls, she picked 3 boys and 3 girls, or did you guys collaborate from the very beginning and just go, how about this? How about that?
Straight up collaboration, no breathing.
All right, no breathing.
That was a Papa Roach reference, by the way.
Right. Can you give me some that didn't make the cut that both of you liked that just didn't seem to have that provenance you were looking for?
All right. So one of the names that got thrown out, and the one that does make me smile, because it's out there.
Was it James P. Sauce?
No. We got a laugh. We were like, oh, we're not going to do that. And then we were like, it's on the. Just put it on the board.
Is it Peter? Peter Paget?
It's not Peter Paget, but we did. And I love comedy. I love jokes. But one of the last things I don't want is for my child's name to have to be funny.
Okay.
At least on the first and last name. I kind of want to have a blast on the middle.
Okay,
but
yeah.
That's
where you can get weird.
Yeah. That's where you can have take a scenic route.
Right.
You know?
And then the kid that wants to take the middle name as the first name, they can do that if they feel so inclined.
Like enjoy Balthazar or wherever I'm going to go with the middle name. But what do you think if it's a girl, you go Cleo?
Cleo, what's wrong with that?
Because of my last name.
Cleopatra.
My wife loves the name Cleo, and I gotta tell you, I also not that mad at the name Cleo.
Do you not get it, Jack?
Cleopatra.
Yeah, Cleopatra.
Oh, yeah.
and then you're like, you don't want that. And then you think about who Cleopatra was.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh, she was are you kidding me? She's a queen, man. She's a badass.
I saw a CBS Sunday morning special once about a father talking about naming his son Billion.
Oof.
Because their last name is Heir.
Oh, my God almighty.
And
What a
his son,
dick.
his son-
What a dick.
No, his son loves it because he can go by Bill, but it's also a conversation piece.
Oh, nice.
Cleo.
Yeah, if you're a
Paget-
billionaire, it is. If not, if you're a thousandaire.
Yeah, but I mean.
Now it's just sad.
Right.
Hopefully they're killing it.
Now you don't know now you just don't know how to manage money.
Well, hopefully it'll live up to the name, but Cleo Paget, I think, is a cool name.
It would be tough to be your name is billionaire and you're buying scratch-offs.
Right. Oh, yeah.
It's just.
No, just call me Bill.
Yeah, just call me Bill.
Making payments on your Rolex.
There is 2 names that off rip really jumped out, and now this is such a guys. I've been sitting on like 2,000 to 3,000 topics these last 2 months, just waiting for this moment to happen. Miles and Zoe, and we both really
Miles Paget
is
a bad ass name.
I love the name Miles, and I also love Zoe. Zoe P.
Zoe
Zoe
is
Page.
great, yeah.
What's
Yeah.
up, Zoe? Gorilla Zoe. There's
ZP.
ZP. I love the letter Z. Shout out to Z. You can do it with your hands. It's rare.
Exactly.
There's
a World War.
There's a World War Z. Ibra, Zebra.
Right.
It's a powerful
It's a lot
letter.
of things. It's a lot of things.
But we thought we are really weighing.
God, Miles, man, how do you get past that? That's
I know.
so good.
So
whatever you have better be better than Miles, or I'm going to say it's not better than Miles.
I don't necessarily have a better name than Miles, but I think she is more so than I am, but really putting a lot of weight behind the popularity in the year of
in other words,
the name. How prominent is the name in this class, in this new era?
Oh, I see what you mean.
And I will give you a great sense of that. I have a daughter named Caitlin.
Yep.
And you know how many of her friends were named Caitlin? It was all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, she was at one. I think she had a class where she was one of 6 Caitlins in that class because at that time it was a very popular name. So a lot of kids her age are named Caitlin. Same type thing. That's what you're thinking of.
Exactly. So we're trying our best to avoid that as much as you can.
And with Miles Teller being so popular,
and this is so we both came to the conclusion that we like that name. Then we looked up the popularity of those names. They were both ranked the same number, which was 44. And I look at it and I go, that's the 44th most popular name, Miles and Zoe, in the last calendar year. That seems pretty good as long as we're not in the top 10. But wifey's like, that's still in the top 50. She's not trying to.
Right.
She wants something out there.
I was going to have you guys have you looked also as well into the meaning of someone's name?
Yeah. I know Miles. I know that word.
Have you considered any other input from family? And not input, like have you gone to like some of your other relatives and their middle names and worked off that, or any of those things?
How about Coit?
I just don't want
to
do
do
that.
Coit. My God Almighty!
Give him his middle name.
My God, do you want him to hate middle school more?
How about Jackson? That's a great name for any Real Radio staff member who has a kid. It's worked with C-Lane.
Listen, Jackson is fine.
There's so many different names.
Oliver.
My brother was like, "Oh, what about Otto?" And I was like,
"No,
you can't Otto Paget.
No.
That sounds like a damn commercial at 1 a.m.
It does. It sounds like a feature on your car.
Dude, from the makers of Sham Wow.
Right.
Here comes the Otto Paget.
Did you hear about the new Camry? It's got Auto Paget.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't touch. I can't go with Otto, man.
Yeah.
Our last name sounds too mechanism.
And I do love Oliver as a name. The problem is you wind up Ollie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, I don't even want to know Deborah.
Somebody just texted us at 77031. Hey, Deb, I've been investing in bone stocks, chicken, shrimp, beef, hoping to become a billionaire.
Oh.
Zachary.
If he isn't a dad already, he's on his way.
Yeah, right. He's got the jokes for it. He better get to banging.
Yeah. I love how it was the jokes that would dictate whether or not you're going to have a kid. I don't know. I just remember when I was 15 and I rattled off this knock knock and it went over great. And I thought, you know what? Fatherhood's going to be for me. Is the barbecue done?
I got this.
Now, you want to cut the dogs before you toss them on. Do I get Air Monarchs now?
No.
Do I get the Nike Monarchs?
Are you? Hold on, stop.
Oh, it's ankle socks.
Are you?
I'm going ankle socks and Air Monarchs. I'm going to be a dad, guys.
You are going to be a dad.
This is like happening. This is real life.
It is real life.
Oh
my God. Get ready to tuck in your T-shirts.
No.
And wear socks with your sandals.
Right. So
I'm a shoebie now.
It's only when you take the trash out, Deb.
Nothing like watching your dad drunk dance at the Kiwani Trout Festival in his black socks and sandals.
Right. Is that guy dad? Well, he's at the pharmacy with his pajamas on. So, yes, he is. So, are you going to say the name? I mean, do you want to put that out there or do you want to wait? I mean, that's,
I mean, I did rattle off some of the names that are some possibilities.
Okay, so you haven't singled out one yet. Are you trying to get a feel of what the kid is? Like, if it's a boy or a girl, you want it to be alive for a few days? Or are you going to immediately...
Do people do that?
Yes. Are you kidding?
They just, wait?
Yeah, they'll wait.
They just vibe check?
Yeah, they wait. They have a couple of the names, and if the person doesn't feel like a Miles or doesn't look like they go on to the next name.
That's
which is
wild.
amazing because that kid, the first 6 months of his life, will look nothing like what the kid ends up looking like.
How could you pick up and hold a baby and be like, nah, this isn't a Robert? That's wild to me. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how we're gonna go about it.
Charlotte's a beautiful name for a girl.
It
Charlotte,
is.
yep.
Somebody just texted that their granddaughter's name is Everdeen.
Ooh.
Everdeen.
Isn't that pretty?
Like Katniss?
Yeah.
That's a hunger.
Theo. Somebody just texted in Theo. Theo Paget's kind of a cool name. But I think that's that may be played a little bit by then.
Yeah.
Blake, a great name for
Blake's
boy or girl.
Blake Paget.
You know,
Miles
The
Paget.
problem is with Blake, some Blakes can be there.
So I like Miles Paget because then the initials is MP.
That's right.
Jack. Role-playing games. What does MP stand for?
Yeah.
Military police.
Magic power.
Magic
Okay,
power.
It sounds. It's your blue. It's your mana.
Any middle name, that's where you get weird. So
Yeah.
Miles is cool. That's a very cool ass name. But Miles, what? I mean, are you going to go back to? Is that where you inject like a family, like a family thing?
I think I want to just go like old school, like Middle
Beauregard.
Earth.
How about this?
Like
Alistair.
You want to get real mysterious?
Bilbo.
Make his middle name just an initial.
Ooh.
With a period, and then don't give it any meaning.
No, thank you, Elon Musk.
Yeah, it's up to you.
You fill in the blank.
Yeah, welcome to puberty. You get to choose this part. Yeah.
Gertrude and Beauregard.
So
that's the name of our birds out front.
I can't. Yeah,
Walter and Gertie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Our sandhill cranes, we named them Walter and Gertie.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And painfully cute.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love when all of a sudden it just flares up your adorableness.
I know.
It's like
a pimple.
I take stuff for that.
Look, Jim, your positivity's leaking.
I've got an ointment.
You don't want it out.
I smiled too much at the Dairy Queen guy the other day. My wife slapped me and said, "Who are you?"
Miles Davis Paget.
He turned it upside down. It was cool.
MDP.
Yeah.
Oh, what about I got it. Miles Vernon Paget. MVP player.
Vernon?
What is up?
Not Vernon.
Okay, easy.
No.
It's very close to vermin.
No, it's not.
It's Vern.
Vernon
No.
and vermin. Those are in the cul-de-sac of V words.
Boy, Jack, I don't know if we can ever choose any of your suggestions.
You didn't like
wait a
mine.
minute, you haven't given any.
You didn't like mine.
Sitting there like a stone all
You
day.
don't like mine. You always hate my suggestion.
Wait, you're crazy.
Come
What'd you
on.
say, Robert?
No, but
you
that's
said
a great name.
You said Jackson. The only name you suggest is your name.
I like it.
All right.
Yeah, so, you know what was weird is that growing up, Samantha was a incredibly popular name.
Yeah.
Right.
But, you know, the pendulum swings back, and now Samantha isn't like even...
A lot of Sams out there.
Not anymore.
No?
No, not in this current new
I got you.
generation.
I
Oh,
got
my
you.
God, what generation is this kid in?
Oh, my God. What generation
What
will
letter
this?
is that?
So
Generation They?
No,
What
Gen,
are we doing here?
Gen Z is the youngest right now, right?
Right. So we've got to wait to see what the moniker is for that little moniker.
What is
We're
that?
out of letters, too.
What is the current...
And our birds' heads are falling off.
What is the current... So Gen Z is the current young group. What is that, like from like 18 to 25 or 7 or something
Yeah.
like that? So that means you would have to be Gen
L.
Gen AI.
Gen.
There you go.
Probably Gen AI. All right, 407.
Everyone's going to be Gen A with all this phone. How much we use our phone.
Gen A.
Gen A.
How about a real for a name?
A what?
Real?
A reel?
Yeah,
No, just real.
Real. Real Paget.
Oh my gosh,
Middle
real
name
Paget.
radio. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
He never stops being a program director, does he?
Let's
Gotta
go.
promote.
Yeah, right.
Always be promoting.
All right. 407-916-1041. Don't forget your 5 o'clock keyword is green, GREEN. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Would you like to take some advice from the audience?
Oh, yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do that. Load them up, 407-916-1041. We would love to hear your parental advice for Ross. We usually don't take phone calls on stuff like this, but there are a lot of people out there who are leaving talkbacks. We're already full for the day, actually. But if you want to get in, give Ross some parental advice, men and women. He needs it.
Please.
We would gladly take that. 407-916-1041. We'll take those calls next.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at accident activity on I-4 eastbound this afternoon, where 2 right lanes are currently blocked on the interstate at Fairbanks Avenue. Another crash blocking the left shoulder westbound on I-4 at Sand Lake Road. A serious accident has shut down all southbound lanes on Kirkman Road at Old Winter Garden Road. If you see other traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber.
HOA and condo board members, it pays to have fiber. Let Blue Stream Fiber show you how fiber internet provides revenue for communities while saving up to 50% off retail rates. Visit bluestreamfiber.com/radio to find out more.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day is live now in our YouTube chat. Go to YouTube, search Jim Colbert Show. We're there. Vote in the poll. We'll talk about it later. It's brought to you by the Home Builders Network. Man, Mike the Home Builder, great guy. He's the guy who can help you when it comes time to questions about your home, things you need to get done. Maybe you got a little roof issue. He fixes roofs. He also can replace roofs. That's what he did for me. It was a year ago. January, needed a new roof. The Home Builders Network, they put a new roof on my home, did a fantastic job. Use someone local, someone you can trust. Mike the Home Builder and the Home Builders Network have been advertising on Real Radio for over a decade now. Great people, and that's where you make the call. Windows, doors, they do that as well. Again, find them online at hbnusa.com. That's hbnusa.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Leap into savings at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. This month only. Shop new Rogue with an ultra-affordable price of $19,999. Shop our biggest used car inventory with so many under $20,000. And payments from $99 a month. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Let me tell you a story. I had a client who got injured. He only asked for the insurance company to cover his rent for 3 months. They said no. We ended up getting him $325,000. Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorneys. Prospective client may not obtain the same or similar results.
Come join the city of Mount Dora as we celebrate Scottish culture at the Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, taking place the weekend of February 16th through the 18th in downtown Mount Dora. Enjoy live music, Highland athletics, bagpipes, plus a special guest appearance by actor and comedian Jamie Kennedy, and much more. Tickets available at mountdorascot.com. The Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, February 16th through the 18th. Sponsored by Guinness, Visit Lake, and the city of Mount Dora.
Make everything you do more epic with Spectrum Mobile and the new Samsung Galaxy S24 series with Galaxy AI. Order from Spectrum and get $700 off with a trade-in. And now, you can get Spectrum Mobile for $15 a month each when you get 2 unlimited lines. Get the new Samsung Galaxy S24 series with Galaxy AI today. Visit a Spectrum store or SpectrumMobile.com. Offer subject to change, valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Take your Valentine's experience to a whole new level this year with jewelry, flowers, candy, dinner, and a flyaway romantic getaway. All courtesy of International Diamond Center. Nothing says I love you like romantic jewelry from IDC. From a simple pendant to an exquisite designer ring, we've got a fantastic selection of affordable, timeless gifts. And this year, with any jewelry purchase at IDC of $129 or more, we're giving you some long stem roses, some delicious chocolates, and a gift card for dinner from Vito's or Fishbones. It's one-stop shopping for all things romantic. And if you really want to take it up a notch, we're also giving away island getaways. Just spend $5,000 on jewelry and you'll get a $500 airfare credit for a Caribbean vacation. Spend $10,000 on our jewelry and get 3 nights including airfare at a tropical resort. On us. Make this Valentine's one to remember. Let IDC help you with your jewelry, flowers, chocolates, dinner, and a romantic vacation. We've got it all. Happy Valentine's from International Diamond Center. 4 Orlando locations. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
If you have city water, you might not know this, but it's got all kinds of chlorine, chemicals, and all kinds of nastiness in it, which really isn't healthy for you and your family. So get cleaner water with purewaterchanges.com. Call my buddy Bobby at 407-MY-WATER, and he'll save some money because you won't have to buy bottled water anymore. Schedule a free, no obligation to purchase in-home water inspection and demonstration, and you'll receive a free reverse osmosis system valued at $1,799. Installation required. All homeowners must must be present. That's purewaterchanges.com, 407-MY-WATER.
Make your dream of a new paver's driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Temron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm Paul Anka.
And I'm Skip Bronson.
What happens when two old friends take their decades of experience in the business and sit down with our buddies?
You get Our Way, a brand new show from iHeart Podcast where we chop it up with our pals about everything under the sun.
Hear amazing guests like Jason Bateman, Michael Bublé, Mark Burnett, and many more as they sit down with Paul and Skip.
This is our podcast, and we're going to do it our way.
Listen to Our Way on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Radio now comes with moving pictures. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and...
Congrats on the little P, Ross, man. My wife is about 6 months pregnant right now, so that's cool. I'm just a little ahead of you. Plus, you and I were born in the same year, and we shared a vape one time at one of your comedy shows. So our kids should probably be friends.
Yo,
how about that life?
I agree. If we Lady and Tramp the vape, then
yeah, you're in.
We're homies.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Don't forget your 5 o'clock keyword is green, Green. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Love to get a winner today. It'd be nice
it would.
to go into this weekend with a big fat $1,000 winner. Be wonderful. You don't have to be big and fat. You can do it while skinny. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack is here. And Daddy to be Ross
breaking
Paget.
news. Yeah,
Ross Paget announced this afternoon or this morning at 3 o'clock that his wife is 10 weeks pregnant and they are due in September to have their very first child.
And then yesterday was the big appointment, at the hospital, seeing the sonogram and seeing the heartbeat and then just crying. That was still the weirdest thing of just how hard I lost it.
Yeah.
That is a soul trembler.
Yeah, stop telling people about that.
No.
Just keep that to yourself.
But
I mean, you talk about it too much.
I've heard the next time that will happen is when you have that first skin-on-skin contact with your baby.
Yeah.
I just can't stop looking at all the work that needs to be done. Like, I got to paint this damn nursery.
Yeah, you might not cry about it, but the next time you'll be amazed is when you see that happen. Because you will think differently about your wife.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, you're a transformer.
Yeah. My nurse friend has definitely
warned you.
Yeah, warned. And he didn't warn me about it, but he actually talked about it in the sense of like, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. Before I was a nurse, a woman's body was a woman's body. After a nurse, a woman's body is nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie The Fly with Jeff Goldblum?
Back in the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's similar. Anyway.
All right.
All right, 407-916-1041.
The one thing that I look forward to is also just like the advice and understanding that, I can always say no to whatever advice I get. I'm a huge fan of advice because I think people forget and people get offended by maybe hearing some advice because they go, what am I doing wrong? And friendly reminder, you can always not take it.
Yeah. I mean, and people will offer a lot of advice when you have a kid, especially women. Women will just offer advice, especially if they've had a child. They're definitely going to want to chip in. But, for the most part, just smile, say thank you, and then, just glean from that what you will, and then move on and raise the child as you see fit. You get ready to take some of these questions?
Yes, this is insane. I feel like I'm on a dating game.
All right, let's do it right here. Hey, Jen, how you doing? Welcome to the show. You got some advice for new father Ross?
Yeah, I do. And I want to say not so many years ago, I remember him contemplating, not being able to, picture himself making the move to get married, and now here he is married, and now here he is having a baby. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
I want to say thank you from afar for being, on the ride of that experience.
Yeah, no worries. Hey, listen, so I have two, pretty good pieces of advice. Number one, 0 to 5 years is the most important years of your baby's brain developing. You throw all the preschool learning games, teach them how to do everything, read, write, everything. Both my kids could read by age 3. You can make that happen for yourself. 0 to 5 years. That's the most important time for their brain. And the second thing is, it's your responsibility to make an adult. Not make a baby, but make an adult. So you'll constantly have to be teaching them about the world that they're in, how to do this, how to do that, right? Drive a car, and it's their whole life. It's not just at certain times. But
That's
you're going to do great.
That's great advice, Jen. I agree with both of those. And the first one, 100%. And the second one, maybe even more so. The one thing I see parents do that I can't stand a little bit, and it can be very detrimental, is they baby their children way too long. They're not honest with them, and they shield them from stuff they should know about because they don't want to deal with the uncomfortableness of it. You probably should not do that. Your kid will be well-rounded, and children, you'll learn, are painfully resilient, painfully resilient.
And how often do you guys go back to your own childhood to try to understand? Do parents do that all the time?
For sure.
They go back to what was I like when I was 8 or 10, and what was my thinking and logic.
They call that therapy, buddy.
Yeah, you realize how you realize you don't really realize what you were as a kid. You realize how you were treated and parented. I mean, you can remember that at 8 years old.
But I feel like I remember my thoughts as a kid and how honestly silly and illogical and filled with stupidity they were.
But they're going to be that. I mean, you're not going to have a 5-year-old doing his own taxes, but you will have somebody that just maybe is a little bit more aware, which is awesome. 407-916-1041. Hey, Ricky, how you doing? Welcome to the show. You got some advice for Ross?
Yeah. If you're not happy with your name, don't give that present to your child.
No,
I'll tell you why. Growing up, I learned that kids can be really cruel. I'm a friend of Jack's on Facebook, so my real name is Ricky, Rickey. My last name is Dickens. Kids get to rhyme. They learn how to rhyme.
Yeah.
And the full name is Ricky Farrell, Fairl, Dickens II. It was a fun childhood.
That's RF Dickey. Thanks, buddy.
I am your last hour of your Social Security away from being able to hack your identity.
That's right, buddy. You're in there. Thanks, Ricky. Appreciate that.
So be mindful of that. That understands.
That's always a good thing. All right.
Dude's name was...
Yeah, Ricky Dickey is what he's saying. Ricky Dickey Tabby. All right, 407-916-1041.
And to that extent, Jack was not fun as a kid because of all the nursery rhymes.
Oh, sure,
Jack Sprat, all of them, Jack and Jill. But, then once I became an adult, I love the name now. But growing up, it was a little enough.
Here we go. But it was
Enough.
the nursery rhymes?
Yeah.
And that's what kids would tease you about. But as a
Jack
kid...
and Jill went up the hill.
Yeah.
Jack's gay.
Yeah.
See, it's that kind of thing.
Well, it was a little different from Jill.
Barrett, how you doing, buddy? You get some advice for Ross?
Yeah, first and foremost, Ross, congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Thanks.
That's you have proof that you've had sex once. That's great. Congratulations.
Yeah.
If it's a girl, I would greatly suggest investing in steroids because you don't want to be the skinny, unassuming dad when the boys start knocking on the front.
Oh, yeah, no. You just have to be willing to show up crazy. What I would do, the first time I answered the door when my daughter brought over a boyfriend, I was Porky Piggin.
Yeah.
So basically had a really nice shirt on and a tie, no pants.
Looked like Notre Dame.
So, yeah.
The bell just dangling.
Yeah, just how's it going, buddy? You send me some cookies? Is that what we're doing here? Oh, you're picking up my kid? No, you're not.
I mean, I haven't even thought about that. That's nuts. I forgot.
Yeah, that's a long way.
You got a little time.
That's a long way into time. That's you'll be so jaded by then. It'll be great.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, Forrest, how you doing? Welcome to the show. You got some advice for Ross?
I'm good. How are you, Jim Colbert?
Doing good, buddy.
Life is like a box of chocolates, Ross. You never know what you're going to get. You could have a female or a male. Jenny was my favorite. But you could also name a girl or boy Forrest. And I like to play ping pong with my ping pong paddle.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that very much.
Thank you, Forrest. Run, Forrest, run.
Aren't you glad you shared this information with these guys?
You know?
Aren't you, Len?
Yeah, that was a choice.
Exactly. By the way, I wanted to ask you, did you have like a legit conversation about sharing this on the air with your wife and how it was going to go and when it was going to go? Of course you had to, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Was she excited for it, for everybody to know?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
And all of my family was watching at 3.
I will tell you the one thing that's going to be interesting for you is you are going to be treated differently now. And that's a thing that you and your wife are both going to have to understand now. You know, when you are a young couple and you don't have kids, there's a frivolity that is around that with the perception. You know, look at them. They're just fancy free out there living their life as dinks, dual income, no kids, living it up. When you have a child or when you bring a child into the world, everybody around you now will look at you differently. You are now going to get way more respect than you had before.
Really?
Oh yeah, buddy. It is a different machine when you're a father and you're a mom. It's a different machine. Your friends will treat you differently. They'll understand when you say can't do that, got the baby. You know, can't do this, got the baby. Got to watch out for the baby. Look, man, you are entering a different realm of life. This is a totally different adult step up.
I called. So I've been unbelievably lucky with the friends that I got blessed with.
Yeah, you do have a very good circle of friends. Both of you guys do. You and Olivia both have good friends.
All of my friends, we met each other in middle school. We stayed in high school. We still talk. That's my tribe. And just seeing their response, and I also expressed to all of them, like, guys, like, friendly reminder, man, you guys mean a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that this event is going to be an absolute life and game changer, but it will be really bad if all of a sudden my perception, the perception that you have of me, or just if that gets wavered, I do have that fear of going like, nah, you can't hang out with Ross, or not understanding or not empathizing, because there's, out of the group of friends, there's only one of us that has a kid.
Yeah, and then how do you guys look at him?
Oh, he's really good.
Yeah, different machine, right?
Yeah.
Boy, you also just wrote yourself about a half an hour of free comedy too, buddy. Because I mean, you know, when you pitch the, hey, guess what, I'm a dad, boy, just let it roll from there.
So, and
has your wife driven your new car yet?
Yeah, that's why we got it. It's going to be hers.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Wow, buddy.
Yeah.
You driving the truck?
Yeah.
Good for you, dog.
Yeah. So the whole reason, the whole reason why we got the car was for her
to be safe.
Yeah. Once that happens,
right.
And man, that car is almost like too safe,
buddy.
Man.
You know
it
what you
puts
got?
you in the lane.
You got 7 months of a designated driver.
Oh yeah, dude.
Let's go.
Hello, player.
You know, I gotta tell you, that's another aspect of this, is that I've never had that much guilt drinking a beer.
All right. 407-916-1041. Oddly enough, Olivia, you're on. Do you have any advice for Ross?
I sure do. And hi, everybody. I have a almost 22-month-old baby in my car right now. And the piece of advice I'd love to give both Ross and Olivia is please take time for yourselves as a couple outside of being parents. One of the best things you can do is have a weekly date night if you can manage it with family or a babysitter. Your wife is about to go through a tremendous hormonal shift, and her being reminded that she's still your wife, not just mom, is going to do tremendous things for your relationship.
Best advice so far today. This is the best advice so far today.
Give yourself some break. Give yourself time to be parents. There's my kid in the back.
Yeah.
And
can't wait.
Take that time for yourself. Congratulations.
Yeah. Really good advice, Olivia. She is 1,000% right. What happens is you slide into that thing where you're only paying attention to the kid. You start ignoring each other.
Yeah.
You start looking at each other like parents rather than lovers and husband and wife. And you have to make time for yourself. You got to do that. She could not be more right.
I wish I would have told you that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That's the best advice you've gotten so far, by the way.
And Jack,
except for that one guy who just said a bunch of stuff
about Forrest Gump and table tennis.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was really looking into it. That's how dumb and excited I am about being a dad. I'm like, all right, Forrest Gump, okay, braces, okay. But Jack, we were just talking about that very thing today on one of the breaks of like, I really am walking into this. And Jim, it's kind of your fault that I'm walking into this with this thought process because
I'm not paying for anything.
I know. No, one of your pieces of advice.
Come on, Florida prepaid. Sign the kid up, Jim. Uncle Jim.
One of your pieces of advice for Jack years and years and years ago was, hey, heads up.
Run a fruit stand?
No, the kid's going to like the mom more.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
So-
I got bad news.
And you said it like such a, when you drop something, it goes down because
Right, yeah.
of gravity. It
Yeah.
was such a matter-of-fact thing. And from that moment on, I kept thinking that I know that this child and their mother are going to have a bond that, simply put, I won't have.
You won't understand.
I'm not the vessel.
Yeah, you can't.
That's a different thing.
No way for you to understand that.
And what I was telling Jack was, I think one of the best ways that I can be a dad and at the end of my lifetime hold my chin up high is if I never forget about Olivia and understand. Because one thing that I never had, and I've been curious to other people who have seen it, I never saw my mom and dad show affection.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's very important.
I've never had that moment of like, oh, mom and dad.
My kids have to turn the hose on us twice a week.
You see, and that I want to strive for. I want to show.
Oh, I'm always smacking ass. You got to do it, buddy. Listen.
I want to make sure that I don't see this kid leapfrogging necessarily all of my priorities, including my wife, because I know that if I still keep my wife by my side and as my ride or die, that might be, at least I'm going into it blindly, one of the biggest reasons why when my kid is an adult can look at their dad and go, he was pretty cool.
That's how they'll gain the respect for you, by the way. Your kids will look at you and respect you by the way that you guys treat each other. One call before we go to break here real quick and get to trivia. Let's see who we have here. Hey, Rob, how you doing? You got some advice for Ross?
Yeah, probably on the opposite end of the spectrum that everybody else has given him. But Ross, if your kid wants to help out, let him or her. Don't get mad. Don't be angry because they're not perfect at pushing their foot on the brake pedal while they're changing the oil or the brake fluid or whatever.
That's great. Yeah. Yeah, he's right. I mean, you're
cherish the moments instead of thinking, "Oh, I could be doing this faster without your help." Cherish those moments and teach them.
On the other hand, I know Jim, you laughed, but I have a horrible relationship with my father.
Yeah,
I hate him. I can't stand him.
I don't hate my dad. My dad and I had a tough one as well, but we're okay now. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough stuff, buddy.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. But Ross, all the best of luck to you. So happy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for your call, Rob. We appreciate that, buddy. I really do. I appreciate that very much. It takes a lot to open up like that to a bunch of people and say stuff. Obviously, that was tough for him. So appreciate that, Rob.
I'm
just a jaded a-hole.
It does not go over my head that this day is happening and how that was so funny that you agreed. But it doesn't go over my head that there's this beautiful texting service in this community that is
so many, buddy. I think we maybe the most we've ever gotten ever.
I haven't seen it like that before.
Ever.
It means the world to me.
Since we've been doing it. I don't know if I've ever seen that many. So, yeah, it's very cool. What news? Unbelievable.
So my first thing that I just learned in this segment and got reminded of is that I never will stop loving my wife, because if I love my wife and I am that husband just as much as I am a dad.
She is going to make it tough on you for the first next few months.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she's going to make it tough on you.
Yeah. Tune in at 6 o'clock. I got an update.
Listen, wait until she gains 40 pounds.
Yeah, let's buckle up.
All right, 407-916-1041. I would say the phone number, but they're already loaded up. 407-916-1041. Our very last pair of Doobie Brothers tickets up for grabs next with trivia.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Fantasy.
Lamar Jackson won his second MVP, but is still looking for his first Super Bowl. It's easy to bail and critique on Lamar, but we should be giving more credit to Mahomes and the Chiefs for just making it harder to break through. MJ didn't win his first title until he was 28. The doubters will say Lamar needs to get there soon to justify his legacy, and I say he's got plenty of time. He's 27. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
You know, this past Wednesday, I was just hanging out with Judy from Life Imaging FLA, and she was telling me how many people have gotten back with her after their scans to let her know that they had problems. They had to wind up getting in surgery. It's like 71 since last May. It is so many people have really trusted Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan to make sure that their health is good. And here's the thing, man. You get to be my age, like 56 years old, all those little aches and pains you feel, you just can't ignore those anymore. You don't know what that is. But the great thing about the free scan from Life Imaging FLA, you can know. And then you can take that information to your primary care doctor and build that plan to make sure you're around for a while. And they can do that with that free scan from Life Imaging FLA. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And do not forget, while you're there, you have to ask about their cancer screening as well. No dyes. You don't take off your clothes. This entire thing takes about 8 minutes. That's all, but the information you get could last a lifetime for you. Do not wait. Do exactly what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now. And it's easy. Just pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250, say that keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Make that call today. Make this the year that you take control of your long-term health care. You have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. You deserve a ride that makes your heart skip a beat. So bring me your old ride and I'll get you way overpriced value for your clunker. Do other dealers leave you feeling lonely? We kiss up to the banks and lenders who want to say yes. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. Check out our brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. Fall in love with the award-winning 2024 Outlander with 0% for 60 months. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $89 per month. Trade-ins, kiss it goodbye. We'll pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
Guarantee Media is giving away a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included for only $99. But you must tell me the name of a country without the letter A in its name. Text your answer to 96551 and you'll get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals and entertainment included. If you're one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, we will include a second bonus destination to Orlando, Florida. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. And be one of the first 50 listeners to tell me a country without the letter A in its name and get a 5-day Caribbean cruise with all meals included, plus 4 days in Orlando for only $99. Tell me a country without the letter A in its name. Texting your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This is not a contest. It is paid advertising by Guarantee Media with the purpose of soliciting sales on vacation ownership and not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Some terms and conditions apply.
Life is too short to let allergy and sinus issues hold you back. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, we understand the impact these challenges can have on your life. Imagine a life free from constant sneezing, itchy eyes, and sinus headaches. Our expert team provides comprehensive allergy testing and personalized treatment plans, ensuring your specific needs are addressed. Simple relief, better life. At Aspire Allergy and Sinus, visit aspireallergy.com to schedule an appointment. aspireallergy.com and tackle your allergies head on.
Get ready for the big game with a free iHeartRadio app, the official partner of the NFL Podcast Network, featuring the biggest names in the game like Ross Tucker and his daily NFL podcast, NFL Now, and many more. Search NFL and listen now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare information guide absolutely free. Call 800-919-3200. That's 800-919-3200. 800-919-3200.
Get ready for our 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, presented by The Hartford, live at South by Southwest. March 11th, we'll honor the very best in podcasting from the past year, and you'll help decide who wins Podcast of the Year. Vote now at iHeartPodcastAwards.com.
The Hartford Small Business Insurance is the presenting partner of the 2024 iHeart Podcast Awards, live at South by Southwest. To learn more or start a quote, visit thehartford.com/smallbusiness. With insurance designed for your small business, the Bucks got your back.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
The Jim Colbert Show, streaming live on YouTube. Watch us talk.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Got a few minutes for your keyword green, Green. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. We will have a fresh one here at the top of the hour. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack is as well.
Yo.
Let's get some sauce jar action.
All aboard!
Chugga, chugga.
Look at it clack.
Gotta make room for one more because I have a beautiful pair of tickets to see the Doobie Brothers at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. That is, of course, down in Tampa. That show is also, of course, going down July 11th. And that is your sauce jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Got a move coming up? Call them. They can handle it. Doesn't matter if it's local, long distance, residential, or commercial. But it will matter if you mention the Jim Colbert Show because that will get you a discount. So book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's CENTO moving.com. Clickety-clack, back to you.
Thank you so much, Deb. Ross, who goes first today?
Let's welcome... God, this is one of my favorite names. I don't know if I can name my child this because I love it so much. Let's welcome Jerry.
Jerry. Hey, Jerry, how you doing?
Oh, actually, it's Jeremy.
Jeremy.
No, never mind. All right, let's welcome Cliff.
Yeah, guys. Yeah.
Hey,
Jeremy's a great name, too.
Very, very good, buddy. Jeremy, would you like to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it, buddy.
Game show.
All right, Jeremy, got a game here for you. It's very easy. Question, 4 answers. One of these answers is a lie. If you can find it, I will send you to the sauce jar and, of course, off to see our friends, the Doobie Brothers. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Hey, before I get started, how old are you?
I am 43.
43 years old.
I know the Doobie Brothers very well.
You what?
I know the Doobie Brothers very well.
Oh, very nice.
Cool.
All right, good. All right,
Luck. My parents.
All right, here we go. On this day in 1964, the character G.I. Joe was created.
Oh, wow.
Here are 3 fun facts about G.I. Joe and one Cobra Commander of a lie.
I've seen things.
Here we go. Number 1. The G.I. Joe action figure had a scar on his cheek for legal reasons. You can't copyright the human face. Number 2, because of his accessories and utility belt, G.I. Joe was the first toy to include a choking hazard warning. Number 3, before deciding on the name G.I. Joe, Rocky the Marine, Skip the Sailor, and Ace the Pilot were also considered. Or lastly, the G.I. in G.I. Joe means government issue. Which of those is a lie?
Man, it's either 2 or 3. I'm going to go with 3.
No, buddy. Unfortunately, that's true.
Oh.
Yeah, before deciding on the name G.I. Joe, Rocky the Marine, Skip the Sailor, and Ace the Pilot were also considered his names. Who's next, buddy?
Let's welcome Cliff.
Cliff, right there on line 3. Cliff, how you doing, boss?
I'm doing great. How y'all doing?
Good, buddy. We're talking about G.I. Joe. It was introduced this day in 1964. Which of these is a lie? Number 1, the G.I. Joe action figure had a scar on his cheek for legal reasons because you can't copyright the human face. Number 2, because of his accessories and utility belt, G.I. Joe was the first toy to include a choking hazard warning. Or lastly, the G.I. in G.I. Joe means government issue.
I'm going to go with number 1.
No, that's true, dude. Unfortunately, G.I. Joe action figure, they put the scar on his face because they wouldn't let them copyright a human figure. It had to be something had to be unique about it.
Oh,
so they said
wow.
just cut his face, and then that way that scar will mean that can only be G.I. Joe.
Cool.
And that's exactly what they did.
Love my G.I. Joe.
I told you I've seen some things.
Super smart. Who's next, boss?
Let's welcome Jennifer.
Jennifer right there on line 2. Jennifer, how you doing?
Great. How are you guys?
Doing great. All right. You got a 50-50 shot here, Jennifer, to go to the Doobie Brothers. Which one of these, in regards to G.I. Joe, is a lie? Number 1, because of his accessories and utility belt, G.I. Joe was the first toy to include a choking hazard warning. Or lastly, the G.I. in G.I. Joe means government issue.
I'm going to go with the choking hazard. I don't think they had them back in the day like that.
Really? Do you think that they'll believe that at the Doobie Brothers show that you'll be standing at soon? You're a winner. All right, I'm going to put you on hold. Didn't mean to confuse you. Have a great weekend.
Yeah.
All right.
She almost said,
You got it. Thanks, Jen. Appreciate it.
I could feel her almost say, I don't know how the Doobie Brothers feel about choking hazards.
She's like, what's happening to me?
I thought it might have been the other one because I thought, isn't GI General Infantry?
So that's what I thought, but it actually in this means government issue.
Cool.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, the choking hazard is not true. A couple other things you may not know about G.I. Joe before we get over to Ross' thoughts and whatever he's going to talk about.
Yeah, right.
Hasbro coined the term action figure because they didn't think boys would play with dolls. So that's where you get the term action figure is from Hasbro.
We are so easy to figure out.
We are, really.
Wait, just take a little bit of time. You can hack us.
All right, so collectors out there, if you're looking for something to find and collect that is worth a lot up, heads up. Listen
I don't
up
have
close.
mine anymore.
Hasbro introduced G.I. Nurse Action Girl in 1967, right? It bombed horribly. Like, nobody wanted it. Until now, because if you can find one now, what do you think one in a box sealed is worth right now?
I'm going to go $4,000.
Nah, it's going to be more. He got excited. He scoffs at 4Gs.
He does. He does.
Let's go.
That's like pocket change.
I'm going 125,000.
$125K? That's a hell of a gap, Deborah. From 4 to 125. Where are you at, playa?
Right in the middle, Deb. Right in the middle.
50.
$8,500.
Oh,
so it's actually
$8,500.
Wow. So Ross or Jack wins.
Yeah.
I was pissed wrong.
The original G.I. Joe figures were how tall?
12 inches.
12 inches is the answer. That's right. But they made them smaller, and they actually they went through a period when it was difficult to get the materials because of something. I want to say it may have been Vietnam. They had a hard time getting certain stuff. And they had to make them out of a cheaper material for a while. That was also one of the reasons they made them smaller.
That's how hard Vietnam was. It affected even the action figure soldiers.
It could have been the gas crisis in the late 70s because all mine were the bigger one. I had the larger ones.
That was it. That's exactly what, because all that happened at the same time because they actually changed the name of G.I. Joe. The team they had, they called it Adventure Team because the Vietnam War wasn't really looked at positively.
Yeah.
And when they put him out, it was kind of to take advantage of that, and they had to kind of switch gears. The G.I. Joe cartoon debuted in what year?
Oh, I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, this is where you get the Cobra Commander and all that stuff,
82?
right?
78. That's too early. Go over 82 and grab your dub, Deb.
You're going to shoot it, play?
83.
83 is the dead answer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's dong worthy.
I think I get a ding, too.
And then
you already got your ding.
And then lastly here, that's his name, Ding Pageant.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe was inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame in 2004 and into the Pop Culture Hall of Fame in 2017. There you go. G.I. Joe, born on this day in 64.
And if you're interested on Netflix, you can do The Toys That Made Us. They do focus on the G.I. Joe, and because that was one of my favorite toys as a kid. I had that and the $6 Million Man.
Yep.
And you didn't need a nurse G.I. Joe because you had your sister's Barbie to play.
Oh,
with.
yeah,
exactly. That's probably why it failed.
And by nurse, you know what I mean.
Yeah, get out of the Jeep, Barbie.
Let's say G.I. Joe put his non-genitals to work in my playroom.
Didn't Barbie and him...
Barbie was first. Actually,
Barbie was first.
Barbie, and it was the reason G.I. Joe is because of Barbie.
Yeah, okay.
Because when they showed that people would buy, or kids would buy a doll like that, they're like
boy?
immediately, where's the boy? And then they actually dreamed this up because they thought that's what boys would play with.
Never G.I. Joe'd out.
Yeah, I love my G.I.
He would
Joe.
kick Ken's ass up.
Oh yeah, you could buy little packages that had plastic guns and grenades and like all kinds of stuff. It was great. Binoculars. And they were all choking hazards.
Yeah. And what was great is if you had Kung Fu grip, it was easier for them to hold the gun and all that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, yeah. Ross, thoughts?
If you haven't joined us, we've been talking about it all day. It's been an event that I've been holding secret since Christmas night. I have announced that I have a 10-week pregnant wife, and I still have more questions.
Yeah, in other words, who did it?
This is a statement. I will be a dad in 7 months.
Crazy!
Woo!
Please smoke them if you got them.
All right. Ross, thoughts up next.
Some call it the big game. We call it the Super Bowl. Real Radio is joining FM 96.9 The Game for Westwood One's coverage of Super Bowl 58. Coverage starts at 5 p.m. this Sunday on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Shop the best quality jewelry and lowest price. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Looking at activity on I-4 eastbound this afternoon, where 2 right lanes are currently blocked on the interstate at Fairbanks Avenue. Another crash blocking the left shoulder westbound on I-4 at Sand Lake Road. A serious accident has shut down all southbound lanes on Kirkman Road at Old Winter Garden Road. If you see other traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Did you know Discover wants everyone to feel special? That's why with your Discover card, you have access to 24/7 customer service, as well as $0 fraud liability, which means you're never held responsible for unauthorized purchases. Learn more at discover.com/credit card. Limitations apply.
Look here, man. In Florida, it is a roller coaster ride when it comes to the weather. One day it's 60, the next day it's 83. We're going to have an 80-degree weekend this weekend, and then 2 days after that, it's going to be back down into the 50s. You got to be careful, and you got to be aware, and you got to have a good AC company to make sure that your AC never quits on you. For me and hundreds of Central Floridians, including Ross and Deb, love Mills Air. Here's why. They take that 30-plus years of experience and apply that to your situation, whatever it may be. Deb's mom couldn't find anybody to come help her. Mills Air dropped everything they were doing and came right to her rescue. Ross is in a house that wasn't even prepared for central heat and air, but Mills was able to go in and make it work. This is just the beginning of what they can do for you. The preventive maintenance plan is a must. Take advantage of that. And by the way, they're Carrier factory authorized dealers. If you do need a new system, these guys can get you up to $1,275 in rebates on that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and always, always, always turn to Mills Air. Family owned and operated, ready to help you right now. 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
I'm Rebecca. I was injured in a car accident and hired one of the big TV law firms. They sent me to an injury clinic that I felt just wanted to make money off me. I needed an attorney and doctors who cared about me. I called attorney Glenn Klausman, and he helped me get the best doctors who really helped me. I was extremely pleased with my settlement. He also got me $10,000 for vet bills for my dog that was injured in the accident, and he did that for free. Call attorney Glenn Klausman at 407-917-1718. That's 407-917-1718. Glenn Klausman, Office, Winter Park.
Hey everyone, it's Joe Montana. Spreading the word about pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older like me, you're at increased risk. So, what's the game plan? A strong defense. Pneumococcal pneumonia can strike at any time in any season, so you shouldn't wait to help protect yourself. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination today and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I'm about to tell you a secret that'll make the insurance companies madder than a wet hen. Major insurance companies use a software called Colossus to tell them what the firm you hire is likely to settle your case for. Google it yourself. They know which law firms can lowball and take the last best offer. Not us. Google our firm and see billions recovered from those very same insurance companies. They know who we are, and now you know it too. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Committing to saving for 4 years of college can be stressful for families. Not to worry. Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. The reality is, most parents don't cover all of their child's college costs. A Florida Prepaid 1-year university plan lets you start small and add a year at a time as your budget allows. With the lowest prices in 10 years, plans now start at just $34 a month and are 100% risk-free, so you can never lose your investment. Plus, any amount you save today means less debt for them tomorrow. Florida Prepaid open enrollment is now. Find your plan today.
A picture is worth 1,000 words, but a video is priceless.
I'm attorney Mo DeWitt, and we have access to every single traffic camera in the state of Florida. Injured on the go, just call Mo, Orlando's injury attorneys.
This is Michael David from Seattle. I'm 51 years old, and 6 months ago, I started taking Andro 400 to increase my testosterone. Since then, I've lost 35 pounds of fat, and my waist went from size 38 to size 32. I have more energy, and I look and feel 20 years younger. And now my wife tells me I have to take Andro 400.
Hi, this is Ron Johnson from Utah. After 10 weeks of taking Andro 400, I lost 13 pounds, and my waist went from 36 to 33. That was 8 years ago. I continue to take Andro 400, and I've maintained my weight at 172. Gained muscle and energy. I'm 63 now and feel better than I have in 30 years.
Andro 400, the natural way to increase testosterone, lose belly fat, gain energy, and feel great. Try Andro 400, the safe, effective, affordable way to boost your testosterone. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
It seems like everywhere you look right now, someone is sick. This year, prepare your family for airborne invaders like bacteria, pollen, and yes, germs with Navage Nasal Care. Navage flushes ultra-pure, refreshing saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out of the other nostril. Navage sucks out viruses, dust, and other airborne particles, all the stuff that gets trapped in your nose, making you miserable. Don't get caught empty-handed this winter. Get Navage, the drug-free solution that helps you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier. Even better, Navage is HSA, FSA eligible, so Navage is a great way to spend those funds before they expire. Don't wait a minute longer. Buy Navage today and you'll breathe easier knowing you're putting your funds to good use. Navage is available online at Navage.com or Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, fljobsnow.com for more info.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
The PGA Tour's best will make their return to the Players' Championship March 12th through 17th at TPC Sawgrass. Secure your spot to see defending champion Scottie Scheffler and other top players battle to etch their name in history. Tickets are on sale now at theplayers.com.
Use car payments for $99 a month. See the cars when you leap online to OrlandoNissan.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. C-H-E-C-K. Check. That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Ross, I think if you had a girl, I can already imagine you walking across the golf course, teaching your daughter how to putt, and walking across the greens. And it would just be so beautiful if you have a girl.
All right, your 6 o'clock keyword is check, C-H-E-C-K. Go to realradio.fm and send that off for your chance at that $1,000. Check is your 6 o'clock keyword. Remember, if you're playing the game, keep your phone on, keep it near you, and make sure that you answer it when someone calls, even if you do not recognize the number, because that is how they tell you you've won. Check is your 6 o'clock keyword. Good luck. We hope you win. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And so is Jack.
Hi there.
And Ross has some thoughts. Let's get them.
It's weird. It's funny.
It feels
sometimes
like the first thoughts.
It's Ross. Spelled like sauce. It's Ross Thoughts.
There's so many like firsts. There are emotions that I felt yesterday and this morning as I'm looking at my mom again. Like, hey, it wasn't a dream. You're gonna be a grandma by the end of this year. It's just new. Wowie. If you're just joining us, Heads up, September 6th is my wife's due date.
Yeah.
Which is just an insane thing to say out loud, because I haven't been saying it out loud since I found out, which was on Christmas Day. But this is actually what we're not just going to repeat the same conversations. I wanted to tell you guys something about the power of manifestation, right?
Okay.
When COVID happened, I was hanging out with my roommate, and I told him, I said, all right, we got COVID material. We're writing COVID jokes. Me and, at the time, Christoph were writing COVID jokes. And I wrote down COVID tests, and then I thought, what are other tests? And then I thought pregnancy tests. And then I was like, ooh, I'll write a joke. And then I wrote a joke that has something to do with a play on words on COVID test, pregnancy test. But also within that joke, every time I did that joke, and I'm embarrassed about this, to be honest with you, in hindsight, and I have plenty of guilt and shame, but it's the power of manifestation. I would do this joke. And in that joke, I would say that my wife is pregnant. For the joke to work,
right? Yeah.
I was telling audiences for a while that my wife was pregnant.
Oh, yeah, you were.
And the problem with that was people were walking up after the show if my wife was there and congratulating her.
Oh, wow.
And it's the first time
wow
I have ever completely, totally agreed that with her going, hey, can you, by any chance,
can we nix that?
Can we stop that?
Yeah,
because like I feel really bad.
Yeah.
She lied like 2 or 3 times because of my actions, because I put her in this corner.
All right.
And then I tried to clean it up with a different tag that unveiled that she wasn't pregnant, but then it was awkward. So
right.
And I was like, she wanted me to stop, so I stopped. And that joke essentially was, how was your Christmas? My past Christmas sucked. I got my wife AirPod Pros. She got me a positive pregnancy test.
Oh, wow.
I'm a comedian. AirPod Pros, that's like $250,000 for me, okay,
Right,
with the exchange rate of it all. And she got me, that's an awful Christmas gift. Who wants a piss-riddled Christmas morning?
Right.
She peed on my Christmas gift,
Right.
and I didn't have the right response because I was like, whew, tell me that's COVID. That was the bet.
Right.
That was the bet, because either way, baby girl, I'm either not seeing you for 10 days or 18 years.
Right.
So it's up to you.
When did you write that joke?
That was back in 2020.
You wrote that joke, and then on Christmas, a joke where
look at that,
it gets
Jack.
fulfilled that
Whoa.
on Christmas you now receive a pregnancy test. The joke you wrote years earlier.
Oh, this entire thing's a bit. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Oh, let me take my text to Olivia back.
So
I heard that joke, and I was like, wow.
The balls that he
amazing.
has to go ahead and say that. And that's just because of how important getting a laugh is for me doing stand-up comedy. I'm addicted to it. I love it so much.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever I think was like, oh, this is going to get an audience to laugh, I'll do. And I didn't think it completely out.
Okay.
And it put my wife in an uncomfortable position. But the fact is, she walked up to me on Christmas Day and did exactly the bit.
That is
this is
so
wild.
good,
This
dude.
is wild.
That is so good.
How insane is that? And there's a little sliver of bummer about how and when she told me, but as time goes on, I really have kind of fallen in love with this little accidental mishap. We've recorded everybody who we've told. All my close friends, when we were in person, we had the camera, and I love seeing everyone's responses. But there's one person's face that you'll never see respond to the news, and that's mine. Because my wife did not hit record.
Oh, no.
So she just has this camera on me, and we're crying.
Oh, no.
And then we start crazy people laughing as she recognizes that.
Is this in the hospital?
No, this was
At the house?
At the house.
Okay, on Christmas Day, right?
morning,
I gotcha.
Yeah. And that footage does not exist.
Wow.
A couple minutes after, when she recognizes, well, I haven't been recording. Take it from the top. No.
Right.
You're not surprised.
Do you have a security cam in your house by any chance?
There is no security cam.
Wow.
I don't know if I should say that, but there is a security cam, dude.
That was months ago.
It's on the
Thanks,
outside.
Jim.
Yeah, it's on the outside. And there's like turrets and stuff and big dogs with lasers. So
Lasers,
you
right,
better
yeah.
not touch my casa.
Right. Laser cam.
But pew 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 pew. Yeah, it's lasers. But the fact that the bit happened, the fact that the footage
It's so good.
That's amazing.
of me not knowing or that it doesn't exist, of me finding out. At first, like the next day, I was like, I can't believe I'm a dad. Oh, that's such a bummer. I'll never see that. But I also love knowing that you, even though we've been very public about her and I about to be parents right now, I love knowing that footage and that memory will always be for just
the two of you guys.
Just two.
Yeah. It's one of those weird blessing in disguise, isn't it? Yeah, I love that.
There's an odd silver lining knowing that there's a
I love
two-person VIP crew.
I love that.
And
That's how it should be. That should be between just the two of you.
And that conversation that happened and my freaking outness.
Yeah.
I stood up. I sat back down because I was like, my legs, my knees.
Yeah. What you should share is the conception. Let me ask you real quick because I'm interested. I know we only have a couple seconds here left. We can talk about this in the next segment as well. But
it's a heavy topic.
Who reacted? Who had the most? I guess who was surprised the most, or when you started telling people, how were the reactions different? Like, you know, her mom, her dad, your mom, your brother, friends.
So you're asking who had the best response?
I say best. I mean, it's all subjective. But, I mean, for you, you got to remember you're the dad. So the one that had the biggest impact on you.
So my mom was absolutely special, but I also haven't. The two people who I have gotten lucky enough. I always go back to how important my friends are to me. But there's two people that I grew up in Naples, and I grew up even more so in Orlando, and we've lived with each other, and they were both of my groomsmen. I have spent I love my wife. We spend so much time together.
Yeah.
She still has some catching up to do when it comes to Nico and John.
Right.
Seeing
your real loves.
It's just that people. It was.
This is weird.
It was just no.
Nico and John got it going.
But seeing their responses.
I can understand John for sure.
Just pierced, just because it was me also coming to grips with like, oh my God, this is my reality. I just saw my best friend react to the news of me having a child. And so as impactful as it was for them opening it up and seeing that pregnancy test, it was just another reminder of like, man, this thing is actually happening.
Just unreal.
There's been
my face in the beginning. I think my mouth was just open the first 4 minutes of the show, and it was the one time I wasn't saying anything.
So, and I'll give anybody a piece of advice who has the secret that they have a possible baby on the way.
Okay.
You just got the light pink strip, and you're about to announce it to your close friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it on New Year's Eve because some people might be asleep and then you might have to repeat it. And it's not that much of a climatic.
What happened?
There was no crescendo. So we wanted to tell Olivia's family New Year's Eve. I proposed New Year's Eve. 5, 4, 3, 2. Will you marry me? Is how it went down for me. And we thought, man, that would be so awesome to do that again, but with your family and announce the kid. Oh, man, was I wrong.
Really?
Dude, we goofed it.
Really?
It was so bad. Well, first of all, ton of fireworks. No one can really hear you.
Right.
I'm a cheap beau every now and then. I'm watching a really bad stream of the ball drop.
Okay.
It is like
super fuzzy, like the old Cinemax trying to get a boob.
It's like a bag cereal YouTube stream of like some weird mobile wireless company that's like, well, we got to put something up.
Right, exactly.
So we're watching this. I'm watching Flo Rida kill it for the third time, and then the fireworks start going off, and then half the room leaves to go outside to watch the fireworks, and then the other half stays in. Happy New Year. What happened? I got a brother-in-law waking up going like, what'd she say? I'm like, you're an uncle. back to sleep.
Wow, really?
It was just too late.
So crazy.
Nonetheless, I'm sure more conversations, but yeah, just skip the New Year's Eve thing. You can do it for proposals. That works, especially specifically in a pandemic, but that might not ever happen again. But yeah, no, don't unveil that on New Year's Eve. Lesson learned. And those are your Ross thoughts. I'm going to be a dad this year.
That's so crazy.
I'm out. Peace.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 6 o'clock keyword is check, C-H-E-C-K. Ross is going to need a bunch of those.
Yeah, all of these keywords really could help out.
Yeah, for sure. C-H-E-C-K. Go to realradio.fm. Send it away for your chance of that $1,000 back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. And at 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Still looking at slow traffic on I-4 westbound due to accident activity blocking the left lane and left shoulder just before the Sand Lake Road exit. Another crash reported southbound on Florida's Turnpike that is also blocking the left shoulder between the Greenway exit and Osceola Parkway. If you see other traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. ViStar Credit Union is growing and is proud to open their 20th Central Florida branch in Altamont Springs. They are now open and ready to help you reach your financial goals and life goals. Welcome to a better way to bank. Visit ViStarCU.org/Altamont Springs or come visit at 151 North State Road 434. Federally insured by NCUA.
Looking to hire the right employee? Find them at the Florida Jobs Now job fair, FLJobsNow.com for more info.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, oneFirmForLife.com.
Look, man, when it comes to getting a bathroom of your dreams, there are only a few people who can do that for you. But listen to me when I tell you this. You got to work with my friends over at Rebath in Mid-Florida. These guys are so good at what they do. Matter of fact, they're so good at what they do. You know the big box stores, the orange and the blue with all the DIY stuff? Rebath installs all their bathrooms from them. So that means if they can trust them, you can as well. And what you get here is incredible craftsmanship and multiple choices of brand name products to install in your bathroom. And that includes natural stone like travertine marble, all those beautiful colors. And they have multiple choices and styles of sinks and tubs and toilets and lighting and cabinetry and tile. It's all there. You work with their design team hand in hand to get the best possible bathroom for the best deal out there as well. And let me tell you something. When you're dealing with these guys, you're dealing with complete pros with so many incredible 5-star reviews on Google. You can't imagine getting about anybody with a better reputation. This one right here, a fantastic experience. Dawn, the design and salesperson, was amazing. Brian and his team did a top-notch job. I will use Rebath again 100%. You see that over and over, multiple bathrooms. Let me tell you, here's what you got to do. Go to the website, rebathmidfla.com. Look at the before and afters. Look what they're actually doing, and then book your appointment because your new bathroom's waiting on you right there in Altamont at rebathmidfla.com.
Hey, Joe Montana here. Back in my football days, I knew the importance of a strong defense. Now I'm sharing how you can help defend your health against pneumococcal pneumonia, a bacterial lung disease that can be life-threatening. If you're 65 or older or 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like diabetes or asthma, you're at increased risk. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccination and learn more at knowpneumonia.com. That's KNOW pneumonia.com.
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Pucker up, Central Florida. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. This month, I'm on a mission to help you fall in love with a new car. So if your old rides left you brokenhearted, kiss it goodbye. Used cars from just $89 per month. New cars from just $189 per month. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
credit requires bank approval. See rchill.com for details. Offer absolutely ends February 29, 2024.
Make your dream of a new paver's driveway, pool deck, beautiful patio, and artificial turf a reality with Pavers Depot. Join us at the largest pavers showroom in Central Florida. Over 400,000 square feet in stock, including Temron brand pavers. Pavers Depot can get your job done in just 2 weeks with a free estimate on custom installation. Visit online at paversdepot.com or call 407-839-5900. 407-839-5900. paversdepot.com.
Hello, this is Susie Essman and Jeff Garland.
I'm here.
And we are the hosts of the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm podcast. And we're going to be rewatching and talking about every single episode, and we're going to break it down. Oh, and we're going to be joined by special guests, including Larry David and Cheryl Hines, Richard Lewis, Bob Odenkirk, and so many more. And we're going to have clips, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. So listen to the History of Curb Your Enthusiasm on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Your neighborhood Tools Ace Hardware has everything you need to get ready for spring. Now through February 29th, get the best prices on made for Florida Sunnyland fertilizers, Miracle Grow soils, Roundup weed and grass killers, yard tools, and more. Cypress mulch is 4 for $10 all month long. And don't forget to bring in your steel outdoor power equipment to one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 service centers for a spring tune-up. Tools Ace Hardware has 12 convenient locations in Central Florida, or you can shop online at acehardware.com for free in-store delivery or pickup. And be sure to look for our brand new Tools Ace Hardware store coming to Hamlin soon.
Are allergies holding you back? Take control with Aspire Allergy and Sinus, your one-stop solution for a breath of fresh air. Our expert team offers comprehensive allergy testing and cutting-edge treatments so you can enjoy life without the hassles of sneezing and sniffles. Say goodbye to allergy and sinus struggles and hello to a healthier, happier you. Go to AspireAllergy.com today to ditch those temporary fixes and schedule your appointment. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Come join the city of Mount Dora as we celebrate Scottish culture at the Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, taking place the weekend of February 16th through the 18th in downtown Mount Dora. Enjoy live music, Highland athletics, bagpipes, plus a special guest appearance by actor and comedian Jamie Kennedy, and much more. Tickets available at mountdorascot.com. The Mount Dora Scottish Highland Festival, February 16th through the 18th. Sponsored by Guinness, Visit Lake, and the city of Mount Dora.
Get ready for the big game with the free iHeartRadio app. Pre-game with perfectly tailored playlists like Big Game Party and more. iHeartRadio has the perfect soundtrack for your pre-game party, whether it's just you or a block party for the entire neighborhood. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Big Game, and listen now. Make the big game great with iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
When you call me for an injury case, you don't pay a dime unless we win. The call and the advice are always free. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. Mo to win. Orlando's injury attorneys.
This hour of programming is brought to you by My Home Builders Network. Need new windows? Then you need Mike and his team at hbnusa.com.
Real, no proof or no radio.
Are you offended? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
First off, Ross, congratulations to you and Olivia, bro. I am so happy for you guys. I can't imagine that there's going to be another kid in this world more loved and more cared for than the newest member of the Paget family. And everybody's going to try to give you advice. But if there's one thing that I can say is that this kid is going to piss you off in ways you can't believe over the next 18 years. And it's how you respond to those situations as a father that is going to help shape the person that they become. Yeah. And my vote is for Miles. That's my vote.
Yeah. How about you, Johnny? I like Miles.
Yeah. So that's a special talk back, obviously, for me, because that's one of our listeners who...
Handy John Miles.
Yeah, is Handy John.
Handy John.
And we've seen... I've seen him have a child and see this kid periodically throughout radio events keep getting bigger.
Yeah.
So that's...
Yeah, John's a good pop. You know, he's a solid cat, too. So.
And a really legit point is how you respond to things is going to, shape who they are and what they're willing to accept in their life, especially from others.
Absolutely.
There's one aspect.
Don't even say it. I don't know what it is. I'm just
yeah. There's one aspect that I already know I'm going to be weak at. I'm going to be bad at. I'm going to be paranoid going into fatherhood, knowing this is one of my downfalls. I'm going to have to get better at bad copping.
Yeah, you are going to have to do that.
I can't let Olivia just always be bad cop.
And let me tell you, that is a very natural progression, is because the mom is the one the kid looks to most for guidance. So they automatically are going to look at mom, but you do have to have a conjoined idea of what you want to do as parents. And sometimes, and my wife got caught up in that as well. My wife had to bad cop it way too much, and it wasn't fair to her at all.
Yeah, because
and
now
she just gladly accepted that role, and I just kind of sat off to the side because they paid attention to what she said. I didn't really have to jump in much, but it wasn't the way to do it.
Yeah. So
that was a mistake,
because that's one of my big fears, is because I don't remember a time of my mom and dad ever really getting along, but I do remember a time where they were kind of competing and
trying to be the nicest or the parent.
Be the best parent.
Gotcha.
Or the kid loves me a little bit more.
Right. Yeah,
so there was a little bit of that. And even at a young age, I picked up on it.
Sure. Yeah.
So they were both good copping it.
Yeah.
For I would say for the most part.
That doesn't really help. That doesn't help any.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, because when you have parents trying to give things to get favor, to try to, make you like them more, that is obviously not the way to do it. I mean,
and obviously it didn't work. Most trouble I got in was when I was a kid. That's another fear that I have, is that, guys, I was a Tasmanian pageant as a child. I was. Whew.
Let me ask you a question, though. Look, this is as premature as it gets, no pun intended. So you're one is not the play, right? You guys
one
plan on
kid?
Yeah.
Gonna find out.
Yeah, so that's what I'm asking.
First bridge. Yeah,
because I know people who had one kid, and they got about 3 years into the kid, and a lot of people started speculating, hey, gonna have any more kids? Gonna have any more kids? And I'm like, no, this is fine. This one is just fine enough. I'm perfectly happy. She's happy. One is gonna do it.
I hate to say not a yes, not a no, but it's just so focused on this one that I would love, though. I think a family of 4 always makes for a better Christmas card, and it's even number, it's symmetrical.
And look, I will tell you something else too. If we had time and we'd open up the phones, my wife was an only child. Her closest friend or one of her closest friends was an only child. And my buddy Daniel Dennis was an only child. And they will tell you, actually, my wife and Daniel have the only children have their own language. There's a weird thing with only kids. They kind of make their own entertainment because there's no sibling there to do that. So there is a unique aspect to only children, as you kind of move through that decision of how to do that. So,
when you say it, I haven't really looked at only children as a different experience or a different relationship with life and existing, but they inevitably would have to.
Yeah, they have Tori tells me stories about her childhood, and I have to tell you, it's I'm not saying it's sad in the sense that it's sad, she made it through and everything, but, she talks about moving a lot and not having a lot of friends because, you don't have a brother or sister to lean on, and, you're moving every, 8-10 months or whatever. It was traumatic for her, but then you talk to people who are only children, and they're like, that's the greatest thing ever. I got all the presents. I got all the attention. And,
the worst part about having a brother, let's get into that. Yeah, let's get into that. But I'll never forget how, when I was a child, it was bulletproof, my admiration, and it still is. I still adore my brother, but it was a different type of looking up to when I'm 7 and he's 12.
Yeah.
I'm 12, he's 17. We have a 5.5-year gap, and it just one of the saddest times I've ever been was when I picked up on that our brotherhood is being wobbled.
Yeah.
You're going through puberty.
Yeah.
You are attracted to girls. I still think they have cooties.
Right.
You have high school friends that have beards.
Right.
And it just having him. And we got back to being brothers and being
But that's normal, though.
That is normal.
You have that gap, and I'll tell you, the gap is when that person's in high school and you're not. That's I think the 4-year or 4.5 or 5-year gap is the most dangerous gap. I say dangerous is the toughest one to deal with because they don't really do anything together. It's just far enough where you're never in school together. you're just far enough apart where your lives are different. How much older are you, or how much older is your brother than you?
I'm 2.5 years older.
You're 2.5 years. Were you guys close growing up?
Growing up, and then until we got into our teen years.
And then it just kind of went the normal pattern of that brother and sister thing in the teens?
Fought like cats and dogs.
And Jack, the same thing with you? Because you were the youngest.
No. One younger sister. She was 2 years younger than me. Then 5 other sisters.
Right, yeah.
That was the next one was 4 years older.
Right,
then
right,
4
right.
years older, then 2, 2, and 2.
And do you find yourself closer to the one that you were closest to in age?
The younger, yes. Yeah.
But that's what I mean right there, right? So you wouldn't have as much of a relationship with some of the older ones because they were long gone living their lives by the time you were even born.
My first day of kindergarten was the first day of college for the second oldest sister.
Right, there you go. So, I mean, those kind of things happen there. But, here's the thing. That is a case-by-case situation. You guys will get into that and this kid is going to consume your life so much. It is going to be great. And, I will tell you, the first cognizant birthday, the first cognizant trip to Disney, the first cognizant Christmas where where Santa is still the king of the world.
Woof.
I mean, those are things that are, you're going through this emotion now. You will relive this a number of times in your life because there will all be these great firsts.
So I've heard, and because I've asked, what's the best age? When's the most magical time to be a dad and a mom? What's that age of the kid?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a definite answer on this.
Because you kind of just gave out your answer of just like all those first cognitive Christmases when they understand a gift.
I think between probably 4 and 7 for me were the most like charming years because they were so bright-eyed and learning and everything was new and you could play with them and they still wanted to play and have fun. They hadn't gotten into their teen years where you're dope yet.
Yeah.
So my favorite has always been that there's a range between 2.5 to 5 where when they first start being able to realizing, understand things, follow storylines, and talk, and you can really converse and you can watch them figure things out and interact with them on a different level than just, oh, look at a little baby.
Yeah, my favorite thing is when the kid tries to tell me about a dream they had.
Oh, man.
Because that's 7 hours.
Yeah.
And then they get right.
The shark had gold teeth.
Yeah, and then they stop. No, that's not how it went. And then they start all over again.
No, actually, just let me change my mind real fast. Actually, it was silver teeth. Yeah, I was that kid, man.
Then you take them grocery shopping, and you have to go through all the mess of and the thing is, you'll want to go everywhere because you'll want to take your kid everywhere with you. You'll want to you'll want to just show your kid off. So you'll want to go to the mall for Christmas. You'll want to go to the grocery store because you sling that youngin' on you.
Yeah.
And you get all that attention from being a new parent, man. You love it. And you want that, by the way.
One of the first things that I remember the day after found out the pregnancy test positive, here we go. I kept thinking about all of my favorite movies and shows. Did you ever?
I know they're going to hate those.
Oh, and it's going to break your heart.
They're going to hate those, and it's going to break your heart. Because I'm going to tell you, the Rankin Bass things, the Rudolph, that hurts every year. I have to relive that. Sit there by myself going, where's my family? I thought they loved me. It's just a puppet show. It'll be done in a minute. You can't do this for me. After everything I've done for you, you can't sit here for 30 minutes with your old man and let me live my life and stare at you. Get on your phone. Who cares? Just sit here.
Just be in proximity.
And like the other caller said, the younger you start, the more you have a little more control the younger they are. So I started showing my daughter my favorite movie when she was about 5, and I made her watch it every year. Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had questions.
Yeah. She had 5. She had the only GIMP ornament.
Yeah. Why is he bending over?
What was the other thing I was just about to tell you too about that? Like Easter.
Yeah.
For Easter egg hunting and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got to pretend to believe in God.
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'm down.
Stop.
I mean, no, that was a trap. That you trapped me.
He did trap you. He's good at it.
Yeah. I took that bait. Damn it, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm down, though, to celebrate Easter. I remember my mom gave us Magic the Gathering cards on Easter.
There
you go.
So crazy.
So she kind of understood it, but it was awesome.
Hey, to celebrate Jesus' resurrection, here's some occult stuff.
I don't know.
Oh, let me ask you a
question. Is
question.
that a Ouija board in your Easter basket?
Yeah, right. I was about to ask you something I totally forgot, and it was important too.
I think
stupid. Jack.
I'm going into this as well as that I am unbelievably pro sports. But what's the balance of? What's the balance of putting your kid into an activity that you like versus what they like versus what both of us like? Like, how do you?
Let me help you. You ready?
Yeah.
It's easy. Let them try everything.
Yeah.
And then they'll find the stuff they like. You know, if they want to try softball, try softball. If they want to go to music, let them play piano. They will fall in love with something, and you won't know about it. Like I tried to get my boy to play golf when he was young. He wanted to wrestle and couldn't even care about golf. And now all he wants to do is play golf.
Gotta love it, right?
Don't let him quit.
Okay. That's one of my wife has been vocal about that.
It's like if they sign up for, if you're doing something, finish it to the end. Then you can like reassess, make a decision, but don't let them just quit a bunch of stuff like piano, drums, guitar, trumpet.
You know, all those things I'm going to get them for Christmas. Oh, you have no idea, buddy.
All those things I quit.
The jokes have just begun.
Yeah.
I'll be getting your kid fireworks for his first birthday, or her, I should say.
You guys are going to hold my child one day.
I am going to hold your kid one day. And it's going to be an irresponsible move on your part.
Do you think it might latch?
Look, I latch on to every kid. You know, I'm a softie. You know that,
No,
man.
not
I love
you
kids.
latching on. I'm thinking about the kid latching on.
Oh, no. The kid will be scared of me.
What's this?
All small things are terrified of me for some reason.
Might Stewie Griffin, Peter Griffin, you know? You know, that's what I'm trying to get at. Who knows what?
I just figured out what I was going to ask you. And this is an interesting question because I know a person who I know a family has kids, and one of the parents is vegetarian, the other one is not.
Yeah.
Is the child going to be raised as a vegetarian, or is the child going to be raised as someone who consumes animal proteins?
This is my game plan. As of right now, I know Olivia, if it is going to have any meat, it's going to be very picky. Like she's already like, we have to get roosters, we have to get chickens.
Oh, to have free range eggs.
So it's not that my wife would never give my child say something like eggs. She just has a lot of trust issues with mass-produced meat companies and stuff. So
I got you.
The second now I have to buy chickens.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know that. You don't
have to buy chickens.
You get a wife
Oh,
pregnant.
you need them.
And now she's like, we gotta get chickens.
One word, Monsanto.
Do me a favor.
Chickens. Get your chickens.
Call me so I can come over and set up a lawn chair and watch your neighbors react to you getting chickens.
So, but my game plan is she is the kid will probably be more vegetarian than not, but I'm gonna be throwing some scraps underneath the dining room table.
Oh yeah, fight with Zelda.
Speaking of chickens in the neighborhood, there should be an unwritten rule that if you have chickens and you are surrounded by neighbors, everyone gets eggs.
Everybody gets eggs.
Come
right.
on.
Everybody should get eggs.
Don't make me
trust
come begging. Just bring them to my house.
And they produce so many you can't even imagine. You're like, I'll get a couple of eggs. Next thing you know, you're sitting in 5,000 eggs. You don't know what to do with them.
We should start a campaign that.
Yeah, you know, Poppy, I can hear them. I can hear those birds all day long.
How about that free omelet player?
Come on, man. This is heavy. I will never forget this day of work.
Man.
I will never forget this show.
People are just tuning in because they're getting off work and they're just hearing it for the first time. And it's so funny to watch that react all day on the texting service. People just tuning in
and
to hear it and hear that Ross is going to be a dad.
Podcast, bro.
I said it minute one.
Yeah, and for the people just tuning in, let's just kind of go back to it. Now, how do you think your wife's going to find out, or how? God, I ruined that joke. I ruined that so bad.
Yeah.
How is she going to react when she finds out that you're having a kid? That was going to be a good joke, but the problem is I'm old. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate that. For the 80s
I'm here for you, buddy.
You are not.
I am here for you.
There's nobody in this room less here for me than you.
I love you, man.
And I love you too, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Load them up for last call. Let's get them on there. 5 calls to tell Ross how doomed he is. That's the favorite thing. Again, 407-916-1041. Load them up. We have 4 open. We'll do last call right after this and get the hell out of here for the weekend.
Got something to say? Call now, 407-916-1041. Last call, sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250, keyword free hard scan.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
What's going on, everybody? Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Noah Berggren here. This weekend, a blend of clouds and sun. Not the brightest, not the cloudiest weekend. It'll be dry. Also, the winds will kick up again on Sunday. in particular Sunday. You'll notice a little more of a breeze Saturday, but particularly Sunday, it turns a little gusty out of the south. Wind gusts could exceed 20 miles an hour at times on Sunday. Then we'll watch a front coming through Monday night with a few showers overnight into Tuesday morning. Then it turns out to be a sweet forecast towards Valentine's Day next week.
This report is sponsored by Amtrak. Visit new and exciting places across the U.S. on Amtrak. It isn't just about the destination. It's about the journey. Without busy airports or cramped car rides. With no middle seats, extra legroom, and first-class private rooms. New adventures are just an Amtrak away. Book now at Amtrak.com.
This is Jeff Kaufman from the injury law firm of Kaufman Lind and the Under Oath podcast. Here's some more free advice. After you get into a car accident or experience any other injury, you cannot imagine what the insurance companies will do to fight your claim. They will go through your social media accounts, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or any other site you post on. They will use photos of you smiling to suggest you were not injured, that your life has not been impacted, all to avoid paying your medical expenses. Be careful when you post online. It's not if, but when you get into an accident. I'm attorney Jeff Kaufman. Contact me at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South offers volume discounts for homeowners. The more you buy, the more you save. Our discounts start at the fourth window, and from there, the savings grow. New South can do this because we own our factory, and that's the power of Factory Direct. Visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Leap into savings at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. This month only. Shop new Rogue with an ultra-affordable price of $19,999. Shop our biggest used car inventory with so many under 20 grand. And payments from $99 a month. Rush to Sutherland Nissan Orlando, home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Sunshine came softly through my window today.
Florida truly is the Sunshine State, and it shows in everything we grow. When you shop, choose fresh from Florida.
'Cause I made my mind up, you're going to be mine. I tell you right now.
Fresh from Florida. There's sunshine in every bite.
At Consumer Cellular, you get the same exact coverage as the largest carriers, but for up to half the cost. Same thing, up to half the cost. Up to half the cost for the same thing. 50% the money for 100% the same thing. I hope I'm making myself clear. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Half the cost savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single-line 5GB data plan with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single-line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plan offered by T-Mobile and Verizon May 2023.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational, presented by MasterCard, returns March 7th through the 10th. Follow your favorite PGA Tour pros as they go for glory. Score a high five at the White Claw Fan Deck. Get groovy at Throwback Thursday, presented by Corksicle. Or embrace your inner foodie at Wine and Dine on 9, presented by Kendall Jackson. For a premium experience, try Orange Grove, complete with all-inclusive food and bar service, including access to the storied Bay Hill Clubhouse. Visit ArnoldPalmerInvitational.com.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in baseball terms?
It's a home run.
Basketball terms?
It's a slam dunk.
Football.
Touchdown.
Highlight?
Buzzball.
Cricket.
Golden duck.
Wow. Guess that really is a Fifth Third Better.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident and would like to know the value of your case, go to forthepeople.com to see cases just like yours. You see, all lawyers are not the same. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. And now, during our President's Day sale, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Ends Monday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
With 3 generations and over 45 years of Florida experience, Handyman Roofing knows storms and hurricanes. We know how to evaluate storm-damaged roofs and not cause more damage. Handyman Roofing has the expertise to get your roof done. Plus, easy financing in case your insurance company is dragging its feet. With multiple emergency response teams ready, Handyman Roofing will be by your side now when you need it the most.
Knows how to get things done. Count on Handyman Roofing to get it done. Handyman Roofing to get it done.
This is why YouTube was created at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Hey guys, great show. I wanted 12 kids. My wife wanted 3 kids. We had 1 kid, and damn, that's a lot of work. We stopped at 1.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. What is the 6 o'clock keyword, guys? I threw away my sheet.
Check.
Check. CHECK. There you go. Go to realradio.fm. Send that away for your chance at $1,000. Check is your 6 o'clock keyword. Got a few minutes there. 7, 8, and 9. We'll have some others for you, and then retool it back in Monday here with the Monsters in the Morning. Welcome back. I'm Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack. Yo. And Ross as well. We'll get to you guys on last call here in just 1 second. All full up. I'm sure people willing to are ready to. Tell Ross congratulations for the announcement today. If you're just tuning in, Ross and his beautiful wife Olivia are going to have a baby. She is pregnant. 10 weeks?
10 weeks.
And when did you start showing? Deb, do you know? I mean, when do you start showing? Is it like 4 or 5 months?
You're the woman. Tell us.
Yeah, you told me 3 hours ago.
No,
You don't
stop.
matter because you
So-
never had kids.
I'm just asking anybody. My God, I just
no idea,
no,
dude.
yeah.
I know.
When do you start showing?
I mean, if you asked Olivia right now, she would say, I'm showing right now.
Oh, yeah?
I know that's exactly what she would say, but I know it like greatly accelerates in that second trimester. Second trimester is when that thing like hops up.
Miracle growth.
Yeah. Turbo speed.
Yeah.
It was, do you remember when you saw the sonogram and you saw a kid?
Buddy.
Little
Yeah.
thing?
I remember both of them. Yeah. I mean, it was crazy.
I'm not tripping. That was a very profound moment out of the whole experience of being a dad.
Yeah, because what happens is you start fast forwarding. Like, you're sitting there and they're showing you this thing and you're already kind of going forward. And you're kind of already kind of pre-worrying about, do I have enough money? Am I going to do this? Blah, 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 blah. And the one thing for sure, there's an old statement is if you're waiting so that you can afford a baby to have a baby, you'll never have a baby. Because there's never that point where you're like, well, I've saved up $250,000. I can have a kid now, because you never know.
I thought I was going to do that until we discovered that if you're on antibiotics and the pill, one will nullify the other.
Oh, wow. Really?
Then we had the peanut.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. Learned it that way.
That kind of tells me that antibiotic thing's a sickness, right?
Yeah, no. Man, that's crazy, man. I didn't know that. That antibiotics will kill the effects of birth control?
At least that's what my wife told me at the time.
Yeah. It's way easier than saying I forgot my birth control. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. We do have our prop bets set for the big game on Sunday. You guys have plans?
I do.
I know that you're not going anywhere. Are you going somewhere?
Yeah.
Lame.
Wow, really? With all this new news, going to step out, are you?
Yeah, and I'm sure they all found out today as well.
Oh, really?
Because the game plan was Olivia just start communicating to all the people that are in our life, and more so, I would say, in our life, but more hers than mine, and also vice versa.
Oh, my God, I bet her because she has a crew of girls, right?
Oh, yeah.
I bet they are losing their mind. How many of her crew have kids already?
Big dog, it's like Mad Max over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like all the kids.
Well, no, it's just Mad Max in the sense that there's a lot of sirens and it's just now. There's a large gaggle of women that have, we have
a covey of them.
One of my close friends is about to have twins in 3 months.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
I
Well,
think
good
it's
for
three.
you.
Hopefully I didn't butcher that.
It's good that it's all happening at the same time so you guys can have those experiences together. That's what, TC, Tom and Dan, all of his friends, he had Miami friends like you have Naples friends, and they all started having their kids at the same time, and now they get together and do like these camping trips. All these kids that grew up together now have their kids out there with their camping. It's the greatest.
It's really cool to have a friend who's kind of like 6 months into my future.
Right, yeah.
So I'm not getting hand-me-downs clothes yet, but I am getting like hand-me-down thoughts of like, hey, you're going to want to do this.
Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. We will have last call in just 1 second. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
We want to thank Corona Cigar Company, Fayez Cara, the restaurant critic for the Orlando Weekly, and last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube
That's
chat.
right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that very much. Candace at the Super Bowl, of course. She's going up there this weekend. We'll hear from her next week to find out how her experience was.
Lucky ducky.
Yeah, I just saw a video on during the break of Michael Anthony, the former bassist for Van Halen.
Yeah.
And now the bassist with Sammy Hagar driving his tour bus out to Vegas to go out there for the Super Bowl. So everybody's going out there. I mean, if it's in Vegas, man, you can't lose. Jack, question of the day?
Yeah, it was, do you have a gambling app on your phone?
I don't, man, I got to tell you.
That's tough because Florida's a weird control group for
and
that.
Even though it's there, I don't know how many people actually do it. I will say 21%.
Not too far off. 15% said yes.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
They should really start advertising that Hard Rock Bet thing.
Yeah.
Maybe come up with a jingle.
Yeah, maybe they'll come up with something.
I think it'll take off.
Ross, you're doing stand-up tonight.
I am doing
Oddly
stand-up
enough.
tonight. Yeah. I have an 8 o'clock show. That thing's sold out. The 10 o'clock show is going to happen. There are a handful of tickets left. RossComedy.com. I'm going to be at Milk District at Barley and Vine. It's this really cool little New York vibe. I can't wait to be a lot of people's date nights tonight.
Yeah, there you go. So do that for sure. And then, of course, you can find out all about his comedy at RossPagettComedy.com and on
Ross Comedy.
RossComedy.com and all social media platforms, Ross Paget. That's Ross like sauce. You guys ready?
Do it.
Let's get to it. Let's go to Happy Eric. Last call.
Congratulations, you son of a bitch.
There you go.
Even when he's happy.
Jim, last call.
Congratulations, Ross. Just got to tell you, as a blended father of 5 kids, between kids and stepkids, I got to tell you, nothing fills your heart more than your child looking at you and depending on you and just loving you. But then nothing crushes that joy out more than your kid at 6 years old telling you they hate you for taking away your Xbox.
Oh, you should just take it away for fun then.
Yeah, I'm going to take it and have them watch me play it.
Holly, last call.
Congrats, Ross. This is Holly Jolly. I am here to throw my hat in the ring for the name Holly. You know she would be fabulous, amazing, outgoing, and Olivia would love it. Have a great night.
Thanks, Holly Jolly. We appreciate that.
Holly Jolly, man. We need more positive Hollies.
All right. Mike, last call.
Heck, I went to a Ross comedy show and got pregnant. Mike Buzzer Larson here. What do 49er players and Chick-fil-A workers have in common, Jimmy?
I do not know, Mike. What is it?
They don't show up on Sunday. Quack, Jimmy.
Good job, Mike. All right, let's get out of here with Party Mom. Take us home, Party Mom.
This last call, actually one last call on September 20th, 2020. It's about Ross and having a baby.
Ooh.
We got a little Ross sock headed our way. He'll come out with a cape on, here to save the day. Olivia and Ross, great parents they will be, until Ross gets a mouthful full of pee.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And warm smoke weed every day.
And thank you, Party Mom. I appreciate that. Have a great weekend. Guys out there, have a lot of fun this weekend. Please be careful. If you're going out to the Super Bowl, Uber wherever you're going. Make sure that you don't get yourself in trouble. It's just one football game. But please have a good time. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Tuesday. We're taking Monday off, guys, for sure. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters of the Morning after us. It's Tom Dan with the Corporate Time. Bungalow on the Bus. What the hell is Angel listening to? Real Music Weekends all weekend long. But Sunday mornings, it's our man doing his show Captain's Log Radio, and of course, going right into Sunday morning, coming down with the legend Joseph Martins. We'll see you next Tuesday at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. That's for sure. On behalf of them, we'll see you Tuesday at 3 o'clock.
Bye.
Yeah. A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.